Wilkins to kick off for the Rams. Off we go from downtown St. Louis. Hester from the 4. Will be stopped as he pushes forward to the 30-yard line. Madison Hedgecock in on the tackle. There's a flag on the play, so Rex Grossman slowly makes his way out to the field. Poor Rex. It's been 196 long hours.
Here in the return. Blocking the back. Number 21 in the return team. Half the distance in the goal. First down.
Dante Wesley was the guilty party. You have that extra day when you have Monday Night Football, so he had to wait for one more week to hear about how bad his game was and that quarterback rating. Everybody from the janitor at Hallis Hall, where the Bears had their home, to the flight attendant on the charter for the quick flight had a little advice for Rex. Let's see if what happens inside the helmet works out better tonight. Opening drive from the 9, first run with Thomas Jones, 3 to the 12, and here is Thomas to introduce us to a very veteran Bears offense.
On the offensive line, we have John Tate, Reuben Brown, and Olin Kreutz, 2006 mean version of the Golden Girls. The playmakers in the backfield, the 8-ball gunslinging Rex Grossman. I have my fullback Jason McKee, my pit bull, Sycamore linebackers, and old man Moose Muhammad.
Old man has had a lot of catches in his career, 689. 2nd and 8. Bears starting conservative. Another Jones run. They'll get just shy of the 14. See how the defense does on 3rd down. Corey Chavis introduces us to his colleagues.
Starting on defensive line, we have our 2 Pro Bowlers. Leonard always does it big, never little. And the legend, Leroy Glover. Our speedy linebackers led by W251, the man in the middle, Will Witherspoon, Hawaii 5-0, and the BC Headache Potter on the outside. And the secondary, our young playmaker is O.J. Atagwe, our free safety, along with our veteran, indispensable one, Fakir Brown.
And 5 defensive backs for 3rd down. First throwing down for Grossman. And he takes the easy one to Rasheed Davis, pulled down right at the line by Ron Bartell, the nickelback, and the mark will be right close to a first down.
That's very important for Rex Grossman, Mike, to get it started that way. Take it out of your hands as quickly. Play action, drop back, get the ball out, go to the open receiver. One of the things that he talked about he was doing was he was thinking too much. A play like that on 3rd down and 5, you don't have to think a lot. You get it to the guy in the flat quickly.
That was always your style, wasn't it? Don't think at all.
That's, well, don't think at all.
You were built for that.
Well, I got a lot a couple times. It really hurt me. Really, it got me in a lot of trouble when I got to a little.
2 tight ends, lone back from the 19, and Grossman will throw. A throwing lane, good grab by Jones. Will Witherspoon was tying him up, but Jones kept the play alive. Conversation after the play draws a penalty marker for unsportsmanlike conduct, likely on the Bears running back. Our referee tonight, Jeff Triplett.
After the play is over, Tony, number 20 of the offense. It'll be half the distance to go. It'll be 2nd down.
You know, these are the kind of things that don't help Rex. You're starting things rolling along. Now all of a sudden you get yourself a penalty. I mean, they're going to call it tight. I noticed yesterday watching some games, they're going to call the taunting very, very tight.
Like in the NBA with the technical fouls. You get the game under control. You don't let them do it.
Get up and go back to the hug.
Post-play flag. Half the distance makes it 2nd and 17. Desmond Clark, the motion man. Back to Jones, swarmed under by this much-maligned Rams defense. 3rd down coming up. Tackle led by Corey Chavis.
So now Rex Grossman is in that position that he doesn't want to be in. 3rd and long. And this is, you know, what you can't have if you're Rex Grossman right now is an interception.
You cannot.
You just can't have it because you're on the, I mean, the days of an undefeated season are gone, and the days of Super Bowl shuffle video are gone. And now what people in Chicago are wondering, and they support the guy, but is he going to single-handedly take us out of contention? And this is the kind of play that's scary for him.
And you see how much he struggled throwing on 3rd down this year. They need to get to the 29. Grossman, pressure, hit as he threw it. Incomplete. The pressure from O.J. Atagwe from the free safety spot.
Jim Haslett, the defensive coordinator of the Rams, has always liked to bring pressure. When you get in 3rd and 15, the receivers are not going to have the ability to go 15 yards if you bring pressure. And what happens is you put too many people at the line of scrimmage. You can see outside Desmond Clark, the tight end, number 88. There's not enough of him to block the amount of guys that are coming.
Brad Maynard does a good job kicking balls that are hard to return. Good hang time. Sean McDonald deep for the Rams. .40-yard kick. McDonald from his own 45. Returns it to the 47, and he's tackled there by Cameron Worrell, the backup safety. So Rex Grossman and the Bears unable to mount something on their first drive. St. Louis's turn.
There's an exciting sound in travel. Southwest Airlines Ding. Get exclusive low fares sent directly to your desktop. Deals that are only available for a limited time and only by downloading Ding at southwest.com.
At T. Rowe Price, successful investing is about balancing risk and reward intelligently. For each 1, 5, and 10-year period, over 70% of our mutual funds beat their Lipper average, finding the right opportunity. Low-cost mutual funds from T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Request a complete prospectus or profile with investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information to read and consider carefully before investing.
Welcome to the high-def viewing experience.
Doesn't look any different.
Sure. Look at the resolution, the colors.
He means it's no different than the one at Walmart.
Yeah, why does it cost so much more here?
Well, we do have a super solar savings event.
When's that?
Every total solar eclipse, not lunar, solar. Sun comes around and sale.
The same brand name HD TVs without the ridiculous markups. Get smart before you buy at walmart.com/HDTV.
Rose Bowl game presented by Citi. USC versus Michigan. New Year's Day on ABC.
St. Louis first chance with the ball, and Joe, this is an equation that St. Louis needs if they want to be in this game tonight.
Terrific field position. You're on, you're close to the 50. This is a drive that you're going to have to put together. You must get points every opportunity you get.
Saw Scott Linehan, their 42-year-old rookie head coach, sends Mark Bolger in the offense out from their own 46. Gets a banged-up Bears D. Steven Jackson has been great of late. Gets 3. Tackled hard by Lance Briggs. Big Game is his name. Torrey Holt. He introduces the Rams offense.
Starting with the offensive line. At left tackle, Todd Stewson in his 13th year. At guard, Adam Timmerman, Super Bowl champion. At right tackle, Alex Barron, future Pro Bowler. Under the center, we have Mark the Burglar Bolger. Coming right into your living room, Steven Action Jackson. And across from Big Game is Mr. Ram, Isaac Bruce.
And it's Action Jackson with the carry just for 1 yard. Tank Johnson on that nose for the Bears, helping stop Jackson, who's already over 1,000 rushing yards, heading to the final quarter of the season. So Mark Bolger, he called out his offense as we talked about in the pregame and before the game, and we'll see if that offensive line and the two people in question, the center Richie Incognito and the right tackle Alex Barron, how they perform tonight. 4 receivers on 3rd and 7. It's a 4-man rush through the hands of McDonald, then incomplete. And it's a 3-and-out for St. Louis.
When you're given the opportunity to make plays and an offense delivery, now maybe he catches it, maybe he gets the first down, I don't know, but you cannot have the ball just go right through your hands. But, Scott Linehan, you see him, he's all pumped and excited. He knows that that was an opportunity for a play gotten away.
It's going to be important tonight. How do you limit Devin Hester's return opportunities? And a 12-year veteran punter, Matt Turk, will have to do a lot of that with directional and good hang time on his kicks, like this one. Scraping the roof for the Edward Jones Dome. but bouncing to the end zone for a touchback. Kick was 51, the net's 31. It was 5.2 of hang time. So a long field for Rex. Second drive, scoreless game.
Mom!
Yes, Emily?
Hannah said we're at the bank. Mom, I meant to say we're at the credit union.
Credit Union 1 isn't a bank. It's so much more. At Credit Union 1, we're unique because as a member, you're also an owner. You have many financial choices, from auto and home loans to numerous savings options. We care about the economic well-being of our members by promoting financial stability. Credit Union 1, a unique concept in financial services.
Buy your Chevrolet from RIDDA.
It's our final sale of the year. Now at Rizza Chevrolet in Bridgeview. That's right. GM's Red Tag event is our last sales event of the year. And everything's on sale. New vehicles, used vehicles, all available with the year's biggest savings. Like a new Cobalt for only $10,395 or just $129 a month. It's GM's Red Tag event, our final sale of the year at Rizza Chevrolet in Bridgeview.
Rizza Chevrolet is the only place to buy. Buy your car today from RIDDA.
It's luxury for less now at Rizza Cadillac Buick Hummer Saab in Tinley Park. Cadillac Buick Hummer Saab. All that luxury, all for less. Cadillac Buick Hummer Saab. $15,000 off MSRP. That's an outstanding inventory of Cadillac Buick Hummer Saab with $15,000 off. Cadillac Buick Hummer Saab. It's all the luxury and it's all for less. That's Rizza Cadillac Buick Hummer and now Saab, Tinley Park.
Rizza's the only place to buy.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41. Budweiser, bright, crisp, clean, pure. This is Budweiser. This is beer. T. Rowe Price, mutual funds, IRAs, college savings from T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. And Walmart, be bright.
That picture from above started from Illinois across the Mississippi to the Missouri side. Just about 5 blocks away from the famed arch. No score. Bears pick up 1 first down on the opening drive and start this one from the 20. 2 tight end look. A lot of blockers for Jones. It's 3 to the 23.
Last week, Rex Grossman predetermined where he wanted to go to the football. Here he is. They have a chance against the Viking. He has the receiver going to the end zone wide open, and he's looking at him. But for some reason, in his mind, he saw somebody had a problem before on film study. So he comes back, throws to Desmond Clark, the tight end who's covered. Now, on this play, he's got the receivers open in the flat. They had a conversation on the sideline. If the deep guy is covered like he is, go to the flat. Again, predetermining where he wants to throw the football. That's going to be very important for him tonight. Don't try and decide where you want to go. Let the defense tell you where you should go with the football.
And will the defense of the Rams, like they did on 3rd down, pressure you into making quick decisions? One thing that might factor into that, the left tackle, John Tate, who just limped off the field. John St. Clair, the veteran 7th year out of Virginia, picked up from Miami a year ago, is in at left tackle. 2nd and 7, Grossman throwing for burying. Bernard caught it, but out of bounds, as Fakir Brown was in coverage.
Did you see that thing that came up on the graphic, that Rex Grossman by himself has more turnovers than 12 teams in the league? No wonder when everybody gives him advice, no wonder he accepts most of what people say. You talked about a flight attendant, you talked about a janitor at Hallis Hall. He called it a constant barrage of people coming up to him, most of them supportive. It's like they want to put rabbit's feet in his hands, and we can talk about it throughout the game, because talking to Grossman yesterday was fascinating. He's searching for answers.
3rd and 7, Rams change the defensive look. Grossman looks at Will Witherspoon, cuts left, picks up the first down and more. Grossman scrambles to the 45, a pickup of 22. Pisatino Isamoa made the tackle.
That's the way you get out of a funk. Just don't put it on your arm. I mean, take into consideration, he's had 19 carries before this one for minus 17 yards. And this is the way you get yourself into the ball game. Look at the high fives he's getting from everybody. His teammates want him to do well.
It's important to say that both on offense and on defense, they are 100% behind Rex Grossman. They like him a lot. He said yesterday, maybe it's just one play. Maybe that was it.
Longest previous career run was 8. pressured here, throws the screen to Jones, who's got room. Thomas Jones dancing into the secondary. Flag is down, back at Rex Grossman. Otagwe made the tackle at the 34-yard line.
That's going to be for going at the quarterback's feet. They're going to tackle on 15.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 50 in the defense. Hit the quarterback below the knees. That'll be a 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
On Pisa Tino Isamoa.
He goes flying in. Whether you trip, whether you fall, it doesn't matter. He goes in. He winds up losing his footing, goes forward. It doesn't matter. This is a good call.
It's the Carson Palmer rule.
It's the Carson Palmer emphasis. You're right, Mike. And that's exactly what it is, and it should be that way.
Palmer hurt in the AFC playoff game by Kimo von Oelhoffen, then with Pittsburgh last year. 21 on the play, 15 on the penalty. A total pickup of 36 Bears in the red zone for the first time tonight. Darien takes the reverse. Runs in to Olin Kreutz, the center. No gain. Kreutz looked like he got dinged there. Michelle, an update.
Yeah, tackle John Tate, who limped off the field a few plays ago, has been looked at. His left ankle is tweaked, and he is questionable. You can see him getting retaped. Just to underscore about Rex Grossman, this entire Chicago Bears bench went crazy when he carried the ball himself and ran. I mean, you get a palpable sense that everyone on this bench is pulling for their quarterback, Mike.
And Michelle, to the point Tony made, when we sat with him last night, it's easy. We don't care who wins, but it's easy to walk out of there and root for the guy because you know he wants to be so good because they have a special team here. Jones tried to bounce to the outside, going to lose a yard. The cleanup by Brandon Schiller. The push by Leroy Glover, the veteran.
I'm going to go further than that. After you talk to him for 20 minutes and he bears his soul and he says, I don't know what's wrong. I'm trying to find out what's wrong. Believe me, I think about this all the time. After that, you want to hug him. I mean, you can't help but root for him at this point. Look, I mean, I'm afraid to fly. I will go to any psychiatrist or faith healer or anybody and try anything to be able to fly. He's not there yet with being a quarterback, but he's got Greasy breathing down his neck. He's almost desperate.
5 DBs, 3rd and 10. Grossman, the quick toss. Mark Bradley did not adjust to it. And the second-round draft pick out of Oklahoma will bring the field goal unit up.
I mean, for somebody else, if not Rex Grossman, who seems even-keeled, somebody else in the public spotlight like this, about to lose his job perhaps, he would be the buffet at a psychiatrist convention. And I'm sure in Chicago, everything he does is analyzed every single moment on sports talk radio and in the newspapers. Tough to be Rex Grossman this week.
Robbie Gould missed one kick all year. This is a 37-yard field goal attempt. And for the no good second time this year, Gould misses a field goal. The other one was blocked by Richard Seymour, the Patriots. Despite the big run by Grossman, the Bears, no points.
Some people have expressed outrage. Is that Santa's reindeer? Over a Christmas movie that is this violent, this disturbing, and this raw. Our answer is, you haven't seen anything yet. Black Christmas. Rated R. Everywhere Christmas Day.
Will Kobe show us 24 is greater than 100? Will the Suns stop at 161? Will you be watching when? Suns, Heat, and Lakers Mavericks. Wednesday at 7 on ESPN.
So the Chicago Bears come up without points. They've already won the North. They're in the playoffs at 10-2. Need a win to get a bye, and there you see New Orleans lurking. Meantime, the Rams trying to join Minnesota and Carolina at 6-7, a game out of the final NFC wild card spot. That's what's on the line here tonight. Rams' second drive starting from their own 27. First drive went 3 and out. And Mark Bolger goes to Steven Jackson. He's about 5 yards on this Chicago defense. Let's get the intros from Alex Brown, former Florida Gator.
On the defensive line tonight, we have Adewale Ogunleye, the Prince, coming off the edge. We have Tank Terry Johnson, stuff in the middle. At the linebacker position, we have Lance Briggs and Triple H, Hunter Hillenmeyer. We all know who 54 is and what we're going to get out of him. In the secondary, we have Danielle Manning and Charles Peanut Tillman. Watch out, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, they're coming.
And who's not in that secondary, Nathan Vasher and Todd Johnson, both starters who are out with injury. And remember, Mike Brown, the starting strong safety, has been out since the Arizona game. Deep ball shot for Holt. Couldn't haul it in, and Peanut, Charles Tillman, was there in coverage.
You're not going to get Torrey Holt much more open than that throwing the football. Mark Bolger is so used to throwing the ball a little bit flat. Holt does a terrific job off the line of scrimmage to create an opportunity and a space for Mark Bolger to be able to throw the ball. They've had a couple of opportunities. In the first drive, we saw a drop. Now, just a little bit of an overthrown pass.
3rd and 5. The Bears, of course, without their best defensive lineman, Tommy Harris. Want to keep an eye on what kind of pressure they get in the passing situation. Bolger got hit. Jackson dropped it. So that is 2 drops for the Rams on 3rd down that have kept them from possibly picking up a first down.
When you're an offense that's struggling like the Rams have been, Mark Bolger does a nice job of getting the ball out of his hands. Steven Jackson decides he wants to try and run before he catches the ball. Now, here's a guy that had caught 72 passes before tonight, and he had one earlier. So, I mean, 73 catches. You don't expect that from him.
Full field. Here's where Turk's hang time becomes important, punting to Hester. Another skyscraper. 54-yard kick. Hester made the first man miss. Now in the clear. Devin Hester to the 36-yard line with a penalty marker down as Brandon Schiller made the tackle.
Now this one's probably going to be not allowing the gunner to get back inbound, so it'll be a penalty against the Bears. The gunners being the men who are split widest, Tony, going down and trying to...
There's a penalty on every punt and every kickoff in the league, every single game.
Yeah. They've actually, this is the second time I think I'll see this one.
The punt was 53 and the hang time was 5.4 seconds. Very good.
Eligible player going out of bounds on his own, number 24 of the kicking team. That 5-yard penalty will be assessed from the end of the run. 5 yards, first down, timeout.
Ron Bartell is flagged. Grossman and the Bears take over at the 41 when we come back.
Get autographed NFL stuff and give back. Bid for a cause. NFLauction.nfl.
I saw you driving a car the other day and it wasn't from Evergreen Kia. No, Doc. This is Dr. Andy, interrupting myself for this important message. Evergreen Kia will meet and beat any advertised price, or you get the car for free and 1 year of free gas. For example, you could take home a brand new Kia Rio that gets 38 miles to the gallon and a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty for a payment as low as $99 a month. Only at Evergreen Kia, 92nd and Western. Take good care of my Kia, and we'll take good care of you.
Being the big dog at Gillespie, Pontiac, and Chevrolet, our primary goal is to put you in a car, and we will. God, I can't do this with a little dog. Someone find me the big dog, the real big dog. Check this out while we correct this problem.
This week's Big Dog Special, 2007 Pontiac G6, only $205.99 a month.
Now we're talking. Come see me, the big dog, 66th and Western in Chicago, Gillespie, Pontiac, and Chevrolet. Home of the big dog.
Now that was a dinner party. I wish there was a way we could do this faster.
Yeah, I got an idea. Let's go crack open your computer and take out some of the high speed. Holy.
Next Monday night to Indianapolis and the Bengals and the Colts. Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Carson Palmer, Chad Johnson. Bengals smoking. They've won 4 in a row. And the Colts reeling. And now Indy really needs to start playing or they might not get a bye. Monday night, 8:30 Eastern on ESPN HD.
Might help if they tackle somebody sometime. That might help.
375 on the ground, not a good number. Jason McKee, the fullback, came in motion. A first down Grossman throw is perfect on target in the middle to Bernard Berrian at the 39-yard line. First down pickup of 20 yards.
You might wonder why Lovie Smith stays with Rex Grossman, right? And it's because he can make throws like this. He made them, right, Joe, in the first 5 games. He made those throws time after time after time.
He looks more like himself tonight than he has in the last month. The ball's getting out of his hands quickly. He's not holding on to it. As you said, he's not thinking. And believe me, it's important not to think.
Rex 4 of 7 tonight. Cedric Benson in the game for the first time. And the 4th overall pick of the draft in 05 gets to the 36-yard line. Benson has emerged more over the last 3 games, gaining 157 yards, seeing more carries along with Thomas Jones.
But it becomes a serious issue as to why Lovie Smith stayed with Rex Grossman after 4 games when his ratings were 10, 36, 23, and 1.3. Catastrophic games. And he does it because they're winning with this guy, right? Even in terrible games, they won 2 of the terrible, terrible games. And so football players, if you're winning, they want to stay with the guy who's there when they win, especially coaches.
2nd and 6. Play action. Grossman is flushed by Leonard Little and throws incomplete, trying to get it on over to Musa Muhammad.
It's a good job by both Leonard Little and Rex Grossman. Amazing that he's able to do this. Fred Miller can't stay with him. He's too big, too tall. Rex staying up strong and tall, managing to get the ball out. Steps up, avoids it, little spin move, and save yourself a sack. Here we are, 3rd and 7 again.
Bears will go 3 receivers. John Tate, the left tackle, injured earlier, back in the game. Grossman is Berrian crossing through his hands and incomplete. 4th down.
He just threw that one too hard. One of the things that struck me when we were talking to Rex yesterday was I'm excited to relax. He didn't relax on that throw. He was excited and stayed excited when Berrian crossed in front of his face.
And I heard that too. I'm excited to relax, and I thought, I don't know how you can do that. Now you can be excited to relax.
With some teams, this would be field goal attempt range, 54 yards, but Robbie Gould has never attempted a field goal over 50 yards. So it's punt and use the Bears' strength defense. That means Maynard has to kick him inside the 10. Was it kept before it crossed the line? The player didn't go in the end zone, so it's legit, no touchback, and the Bears get the job done at the 1. What a keep by Dante Wesley. Keeps himself legal as he doesn't touch the line, and it's down at the 1.
Who will believe millions of tiny mirrors can put you in a gigantic stadium or on a far-off planet? Or here, or that so much color will make you think that you are actually there. Who will believe this thing inside? Soon, everyone. It's amazing. It's the mirrors.
HDTV powered by DLP. See how millions of tiny mirrors make the picture amazing.
Get great savings on select Samsung HD TVs powered by DLP at Best Buy.
How can I tell you that I love you? I love you. I long to tell you that I'm always thinking of you. I'm always
paper. Thanks. Here's a little something for you.
Wow, thank you.
Your sidewalk's all clean. Thank you.
It's the season to wow everyone on or not on your list. That's why our pledge is to help you find the gifts everyone really wants.
Not sure what to get? With the Best Buy gift card, you can't go wrong. Wrap up the wow, only at Best Buy.
99 yards to go for Mark Bolger, who was very vocal after the Rams lost last week to the Cardinals.
Obviously, we do have guys in here that, think it's okay just to show up and play and, not prepare all week and just think it's going to get done. It doesn't work that way. It's okay for some people to be at home playoff time, and so be it, but, it hurts the rest of us.
Out of character, I think, describes those words from Mark Bolger. Thus, the reaction throughout this week from the St. Louis media, the Rams players, and the fans. Boy, if it bothered Mark, as Susie said in the pregame, it really must have been an issue. With a long field, Steven Jackson on first down. Through the would-be Urlacher tackle, gets to the 6 yards. And here is Susie Colbert.
Well, Mike, I talked to Marshall Faulk. He didn't immediately see that clip, but when he heard about it, he said, who said what? Marshall knows him as such a low-key, quiet guy. He said, in fact, I kind of groomed him to be more assertive in the huddle. Of course, Marshall said, I'm not around the team, but he knows that Mark is used to his offensive line being intact. This is all new for him. You've got to be able to trust your line, though.
And his coach, Scott Linehan, said, I love to see him take control as a leader. Quick shot, caught by Torrey Holt for the first down to the 19-yard line. Pickup of 13 yards.
Not everybody on the Rams, though, was thrilled to hear that, including at least two of the linemen who think it may have been them, Alex Barron and Richie Incognito. Richie Incognito said the other day it was tough. He didn't name any names, but I wondered, could it be me? And I took it real hard. So they spoke in the locker room, and Bolger said, I wasn't talking about you, but everybody in town thinks those are the two guys, Barron and Incognito.
After the first down of the game for St. Louis, they take over from the 19. And Bolger, a first down throw to Holt. Working in front of Ricky Manning Jr. again. A 15-yard for 16-yard first down game.
These are the kind of plays that Torrey Holt can and does make. He's the guy you go to with problems. Does a terrific job of running routes. He is so smooth when he runs. You can't tell whether he's going in, going out, going up. Everything about him, the best way to describe it is just flat smooth and tremendous hands.
In that sixth game, he had a 3-touchdown. Kevin Curtis in the backfield by Ian Scott, fourth-year man out of Florida, who is a restricted free agent after the season.
Ian Scott, one of those defensive linemen that rotates in. Remember, they're without Tommy Harris. Just purely penetration. That's all it is. From the interior of the line is where he came.
If he misses him, that's a 40-yard game.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he stuck his hand. No, I understand. But if he dodges him, that's a 40-yard game.
After the loss of 9 caused by the valedictorian at Gainesville High School in Florida, it's 2nd and 19. Bolger tries to get some of the yardage back and goes to Aaron Walker out to the 31-yard line.
Is that his nickname, or did that really happen?
No, it really happened.
That's not like the throw in Samoan. That'd be great, the valedictorian.
Scott was also a two-time academic All-America at Florida.
Right. I never had to worry about that nickname.
The valedictorian.
That's right. Never.
Or the salutatorian. Never. No, I know. No.
Didn't concern me. Couldn't spell it. Didn't want to worry about it.
Kevin Curtis is the third receiver. Rams need to get to the 45. Only 4 rush. They peel in coverage. Down the seam for Curtis. He made the catch at the 26-yard line. First down.
What a throw. Mark Bolger does such a wonderful job releasing this ball before Kevin Curtis even gets to the spot. He throws this to the spot. Watch the right part of your screen. Ball's up. Kevin Curtis hasn't even looked. Manages to get the ball in before Danielle Manning has a chance to come over and make a play. That's why Mark Bolger goes to Pro Bowls. Those kind of throws. He's playing with 3 bad ribs.
The gain of 42, longest catch of the year for Curtis. This drive started at their own one. Could be the final play of the quarter. Jackson room to the right until Urlacher shuts it down. It looked like a big old hole.
Not much room.
And the speed of 54 shut it down.
There's room for about a nanosecond. That was filled up by Urlacher.
That's why he's having one of the top defensive years of anyone in the league. Rams driving through one. No score in St. Louis.
The true power and beauty of plasma is often hidden, unable to be captured. Only Hitachi original technologies unleash the most lifelike color and detail in plasma. Introducing the world's highest resolution 42-inch plasma HD TV, only from Hitachi.
Clear the mind. Mind clear. I still can't figure out how I got charged twice for that pair of socks. That doesn't make sense. Unless they charged me per sock. Those would have to be some pretty good socks if they were individually priced. Although they were Argyle.
Shop happy with buyer protection services and simple dispute resolution. It's more than just a card. It's the service of American Express.
The extreme power of Energizer E² Lithium, the world's longest-lasting AA battery and high-tech devices. Energizer, keep going.
Y'all ready to order? And y'all ready to check me out in the amazing picture clarity of DirecTV HD? It's broadcasting 1080i. I totally don't know what that means, but I want it.
For the best in HD, get DirecTV.
Just about 300 miles of I-55 separate Chicago and St. Louis, but a lot of similarities. Both are the home of the blues, hockey and music, St. Louis, Chicago. Great baseball cities, the last two champs, and they both had their own beefed-up 70-homer guy. Football, we had Conrad Dobler, the dirtiest player, Butkus, the meanest player. And Chicago gave us the fridge. St. Louis, well, they gave us the beer. The similarities between these two cities, Chicago and St. Louis. So many Chicago fans making the trip down. We mentioned the home of the last two baseball champions. Best guest of the year.
Absolutely.
The World Series trophy. Beautiful. This is the closest anyone from Detroit got to this trophy this year.
They brought it in with gloves. Guy carried it in, had gloves, white gloves on.
Like the Stanley Cup, right? Two terrific sports cities. Second quarter begins with second down. Bolger throws down the seam for Klopfenstein. Incomplete. What a play in the secondary by Chris Harris, the safety, to save a would-be touchdown.
Chris Harris filling in for Todd Johnson, who's filling in for Mike Brown. I mean, the safety position has had a lot of guys playing it this year for the Bears. Just extends himself. Little out and up. Sell the move, does a nice job, plants. Bolger gets this off just in the nick of time. And Chris Harris almost gets a chance for one of those Bear interceptions.
Chicago has turned teams over more than anyone else in the NFL this year, 39 times. In field goal range, 3rd and 9. Bolger comes to his second look. Good grab by Curtis, diving forward a yard short of the first down. Terrific hands by Curtis.
Scott Linehan has a decision to make now. Do you go for it on 4th down and about a yard or so? If I was him, I would ask for a measurement. Even though he has turned the play calling over to his offensive coordinator, Greg Olson, these are the kind of decisions that he wanted to remove himself from a coordinator's position and be able to study.
Play comes in late. Play clock down at 12. Steven Jackson has been very good on 4th and 1 this year. The Bears' defense has been good on 4th and 1 this year. And Bolger and the Rams will take timeout to think about it. Scoreless, 50 seconds in. We'll see if they still go for it on 4th and a yard.
Over 5 tons of towing capacity. 2,010 pounds of payload. It seems in thinking ahead, our engineers left nothing behind. Introducing the more comfortable, more powerful, more capable, all-new 2007 GMC Sierra. We examined everything and overlooked nothing, then backed it with the GM 100,000-mile warranty. That's professional grade. You wouldn't make it in pro football, but you can get inside with VCast. Download video from ESPN, get updated player stats and more from Verizon Wireless. It's the network.
You don't have to be big to have a big idea, but you might need just a little help pulling it off.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by GMC. We are professional grade. IBM. What makes you special? McDonald's. And Circuit City. For the hottest new technology, think Circuit City. Just what I needed.
You want to see the outside of the Gateway Arch? That's the look from inside. You can take a little car, go up in there. Not a lot of people know. You can go up inside the arch. Did you do it? Get that look. I did it. 4th and 1. Do you want to go here? You'd like this after the timeout, Joe?
I do like it. I like throwing it. I like play action here.
Bears the only team under 50% in allowing 4th and 1 conversions. But it's converted and then some by Stephen Davis to the 1-yard line. 1st and goal. They have the 11th year, 32-year-old running back. They put him in the backfield, and he gains almost all of it.
And he runs right behind Mark Setterstrom, the left guard. They do a nice job. Todd Stussy at the tackle position. He comes in, and there's nobody home. Just a quick hitter.
When you said Stephen Davis, I said, can that be Stephen Davis?
Yes, it is.
From the Redskins of 40 years ago? That's Stephen Davis?
Who has done a wonderful job helping Steven Jackson out and becoming a better runner.
Jackson, Urlacher, no game. Second down coming up. 99-yard drives don't happen very often. In the Mike March days, the last time it happened when he was the head coach 5 years ago against the Dolphins. The last time the Bears allowed a 99-yard touchdown drive, also 5 years ago.
Mark Bulger is the kind of a guy who does protect the ball very well. Doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, has 7 on the year. 3 came last week. These are 2 downs to throw, at least.
And they spread out with 3 wides in the tight end, Joe. Isaac Bruce comes in motion, looking for Holt. It was covered, a double move. Holt makes the catch. Touchdown, St. Louis. And the penalty marker down as well. Looked to be a hold on the Bears.
He is so quick and so smooth, and they have worked together so long.
Go back to one thing here, Joe. The fact that they chose to go on 4th down. And you're talking about how Linehan's no longer the play caller, but he made that decision because he's the head coach. He said, I'll take that on my shoulders, and that results in a touchdown 3 plays later.
Box snap. You can't score on it, so it'll be no play here. The play is dead. This is not college football where you can score 2 points on a botched extra point. Yeah, but Cedric Tillman got to exercise himself, but Wilkins, who had only missed 1 extra point his entire career, never got a chance to even attempt it. It was just a snap. Chris Massey never got it back there. It was not count as a miss. Extra point for the kicker.
All right, stay with me, Chad. Touchdown, Chad Johnson. Here you go into one of these sizzling bacon action.
Are you serious? If I did that in public, I'd find myself.
Hi, I'm Dr. Andy from Evergreen Kia, and over the years, we delivered a lot of new Kias.
This is Dr. Andy, interrupting myself for this important message. Evergreen Kia will meet and beat any advertised price, or you get the car for free and 1 year of free gas. For example, you could take home a brand new Kia Rio that gets 38 miles to the gallon and a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty for a payment as low as $99 a month. Only at Evergreen Kia, 92nd and Western. Take good care of my Kia, and we'll take good care of you.
10 years ago, it started with a click. Progressive made car insurance easier by putting it online. They were the first. And 29 million quotes later, they're still doing it better than anyone else. So see how Progressive Direct changed car insurance forever. And it all started with a click.
The holidays are busy. Not only do you have to find the perfect gifts for everyone, you have to pack and ship them. But do you have that kind of time?
Don't you worry about a thing.
This holiday, let the UPS store help. Our certified packing and shipping experts will get you in and out fast, and you can be sure your gifts will arrive on time and intact. So when it comes to sending holiday gifts, let the UPS store worry about it. That's our thing.
Don't you worry about a thing.
The UPS store, the place for packing, shipping, and a whole lot more.
Mark Bulger and Torrey Holt hook up for a touchdown one more time. It's been a very common sight, a record Rams sight. We'll say about that in a little bit, but St. Louis gets on the board much as they needed to, and the Bears will play from behind. The missed extra point was the first bad snap in the career within a game of Chris Massey, and it always seems to haunt you as time goes on, but it was the end of the fourth 99-yard drive in the National Football League this season, and Bulger for touchdown, of course, and Bulger was nearly spotless on the drive. Let's see what Devin Hester can do with his kick from the 10. Break free in the open. Devin Hester, goodbye. A record fifth return for a touchdown.
Let's see what he can do with the kickoff. How did you like what you just saw? They're going to go up 7-6, and Rex Grossman didn't even have to touch the ball.
That's the way you protect Rex Grossman.
94 yards, as we said, fifth return this season, tying the National Football League record set 35 years ago by Ken Houston in 13 seconds from down 6 to an extra point away from the lead, right around Jeremetrius Butler.
I don't know where Jeremetrius Butler thought he was going to go, because as soon as he gives up that outside, Devin Hester is going to take it and go, and he is not going to catch it.
They ever give Rookie of the Year to a return guy? There's a lot of good rookies this year, but look at the impact he's had.
Well, he has done it in a variety of ways. 3 punt returns. He missed field goal at the Meadowlands against the Giants. And now here, his first kickoff return in the National Football League for a touchdown. I guess Lovie Smith made a good decision. Put the rookie from Miami on kickoff return. It pays off with a touchdown.
It's holiday time in the city, and you'll find incredible savings on the year's coolest gifts. With Circuit City's 125% low price guarantee on TVs, you'll save on an HD TV the whole family can enjoy. And right now, you'll also get no payments and no interest for 18 months on all TVs $9.99 and up. Plus, all TVs $4.99 and up are on sale. And remember, Circuit City gift cards make a perfect stocking stuffer. Circuit City.
We spent over 30,000 engineering hours completely redesigning the new Sierra from the inside out. Introducing the more comfortable, more powerful, and the most fuel-efficient all-new 2007 GMC Sierra. We examined everything and overlooked nothing. That's professional grade.
Chicago Bear Roberto Garza knows that many seniors need a ride to and from the doctors.
All done. Okay, everybody, let's go.
But even he can't give a lift to every senior who needs one. Hey, you know how to drive, don't you? Maybe you can give him a hand. Help the NFL and United Way strengthen your community. Volunteer at unitedway.org.
Lakers, Heat, NBA Christmas Day on ABC. Kobe takes on Finals MVP Dwayne Wade in a game that's become a holiday tradition. Christmas Day, Lakers, Heat. Coverage begins at 2 Eastern on ABC.
Education. Through the foundation,
Talk about your opposites. You have that 99-yard drive down the field. You work all this time to get the lead. Then you botch the snap on the extra point. And then back the other way. In a blink of an eye, Devin Hester puts the Rams down as the extra point was converted successfully.
This is the kind of game where you don't pay attention to time of possession.
Robbie Gould with the kickoff. A couple of yards deep, and Willie Ponder will take it out. And a nice return for the 28. Torrey Holt is wired for sound. Here's what happened when he beat Devin Hester for the touchdown on the prior play.
Did you see who it was, homie? I said, did you see? That was Hester. Yeah, no, that was Hester, 23, the rookie. As soon as I seen that, I knew he was going to react. I knew he was going to react.
Okay, well, you got me, and I got all of you right here. 99 yards later. 94 yards later, I beg your pardon.
Don't have him cover anybody, just let him return.
Well, he has to play because of the injuries in the secondary, and now needs a chance to get a break here. Steven Jackson runs. Got a nice block from Isaac Bruce. Steven Jackson out of bounds at the 49-yard line to pick up 21 yards and give Bruce about 13 of those with a terrific receiver block.
Steven Jackson has this kind of speed and ability. For a big man, you don't expect it. They do a nice job of caving down the right side, and then he just turns the corner. Charles Tillman, as a corner, shouldn't allow him to get outside of him. But Steven Jackson at 230 showed you some speed.
1,000 rush yards, 70-plus receptions, first 12 games of the season. Only guy in NFL history to do just that. Couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage there. For second down, let's go to Bill Pito, please, for a SportsCenter 30 at 30 update. Bill.
All right, Mike, Allen Iverson's still officially a 76er, but his nameplate is gone. His locker's been cleaned out as he waits for a trade. He's spent his entire 10-year career in Philadelphia. The players complained and the league has listened. The NBA will do away with its new microfiber composite ball and bring back the old leather one beginning January 1st. Next SportsCenter after Monday Night Football.
Way to go, Shaq. The Shaqs has spoken.
He started it. Steve Nash added in. 2nd and 11. Bears offside. Free play Bolger. Let's go deep downfield. Holt in coverage, blanketed. And we'll have a third down coming up with Ricky Manning Jr. in coverage, but it'll be 2nd and 6 if this is in fact a Chicago offside.
Offside defense, number 96. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
On Alex Brown.
A veteran quarterback. You want to pick up a cheap 5. You can do this 2 or 3 times a game. A lot of times when you get a 2nd and 15 is a good time to do it, to bring it back to a more manageable distance. Now you're at 2nd and 6. Have an opportunity to have a play. If you want to take another shot, you can.
Isaac Bruce gets a break. Kevin Curtis is the receiver in motion. Jackson spins through the hole and dives very close to the first down. It's going to be marked at the 42-yard line. It'll be 3rd and a yard. Steven Jackson has emerged in this offense in a very different way. We're so used to seeing this position be productive in the Marshall Faulk days under Mike Martz. Different productivity, but the same kind of numbers from Jackson.
And he looks so different than Marshall physically. Marshall could split out and play wide receiver as well as the wide receivers. Steven can't do that, but he can do everything else.
He gets a break. Stephen Davis comes in as the running back out of the gun. 3rd and 2. Bears bring 5. Bolger has time. Isaac Bruce, the veteran, to the 31-yard line. First down.
What's nice about this on some level, not to appear prejudiced for one team or against another, is that you wondered whatever happened to the greatest show on turf. This has been a faceless team this year, a 5-7 team. Seemed irrelevant, like sinking into the second division. When they bite off big chunks of yards like this, it makes you remember how exciting they were just a few years back.
And mounting a second good drive on this very good defense. Bolger in rhythm. Bruce, 11-yard line. First down, pick up a 20.
People probably forget who's still left. I mean, I understand that Warner is gone and Marshall Faulk is gone, but Bruce is left and Holt is left, and Bolger's a Pro Bowl quarterback.
He sure is, and throws to spots. He certainly understands Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt. Another one. Look at how smooth they run their routes, how crisp they run their routes. I mean, you're talking about a combination, two of the best receivers to have ever played the game.
So, good point. A wonderful anticipatory thrower. Outs, moves.
You have to trust your receivers to be able to do it. They have to be in the spots where you're throwing time and time again, or else you get a little gunshot.
Bolger has hit 8 of his last 9. Jackson saw Urlacher, goes the other way, and gets right near the 3-yard line. Steven Jackson, the third-year man out of Oregon State, would not be stopped. And this Bears defense is watching somebody walk down the field, back-to-back drives.
This is the thing that Steven Jackson has become, a much tougher inside runner, more patient. Sees the hole, now the acceleration. Get your shoulders squared upfield and use your power.
Is this contagious because it happened to the Colts? Is it now going to happen to another very good team, the Bears?
Well, the Bears gave up 192 yards last week to the Minnesota Vikings, so they have been run on.
2nd and 2. Steven Jackson trying to climb through the Urlacher tackle. 3rd and 1 coming up. Susie?
Well, Mike, to prepare for the Bears, Steven Jackson studied a lot of tape. He studied how the Dolphins ran on them, how the Vikings ran on them, namely against Brian Urlacher. And Jackson told me the key, freeze Urlacher, get him to stop his momentum. Urlacher is so quick, so good at closing, he'll bite on a move to the outside, so the Rams want to give the illusion of running outside and then cut back on him. You've seen Jackson do a lot of that. Hard, right up the middle.
Try to use his speed against him. 1 for the first down, 2 for the touchdown. Run, Jackson trying to bounce to the outside, got there, touchdown St. Louis. He beat Charles Tillman to the corner, and the Rams respond.
That was a wonderful rhythm drive. Run, couple of shots down the field real quick, great pacing. Now comes the interesting part for the Rams. Will the center be able to get the ball back to the holder?
After a mistake last time, perfect snap by Chris Massey. Extra point bang through by Jeff Wilkins. The vaunted Bears defense, toughest to score on in the National Football League. Gives them back-to-back drives of 99 and 72 yards.
Rose Bowl game presented by Citi. USC versus Michigan. New Year's Day on ABC.
Hey, Skipper. Is it ever safe to swim outside the cage with these great white sharks?
Yes! Touchdown!
All right.
The Sling Box lets you watch your TV live through the internet on your laptop or cell phone.
Here he comes! Holy! You ready? And... Jump! Woo-hoo! Come and get it, big boy!
Experience makes the man. Cold filtering 4 times makes the Miller Genuine Draft.
sometimes we need to take a step back and remember what the holidays are all about. Giving.
My girlfriend's gonna love these. Happy holidays.
Holiday Instants. Give the gift you hope they return.
Boy, it's been a terrific year for running backs in the National Football League, and because the Rams are 5-7, first national TV game, maybe you've missed what Steven Jackson has done this year. Over 70 receptions, over 1,000 yards, and big on that last drive. A 72-yarder capped off by Jackson's 7th rushing touchdown on the season, and St. Louis responds to the Hester kickoff return.
Rex Grossman could have gone and got a cappuccino by the time he had a chance to go back and work.
Hester from the 5. Can he be stopped? And here's one of the great Chicago sports fans, Jim Belushi. We've seen him at Wrigley, we've seen him at Soldier Field, and he joins us here in the booth on Monday Night Football.
Hey, how you doing? How are you?
We are great. How are you after what you see with the Rams here, Jim?
Well, I'm still living on Devin Hester's. I'd like to see that replay again. What an exciting ball player he is for the Bears. I mean, the special teams on the Bears are really, the defense is, tonight they're having a little bit of a hard time against the Rams, but I didn't like that last touchdown, guys.
There's Rex with a chance to respond from the 26.
Come on.
It is the first carry for Cedric Benson, 5 to the 31. And what you were over here to our side as that last touchdown was scored by Devin Hester. What'd you say about Devin?
I said my third child is going to be named Devin. That's it. He is so exciting for the Bears, man. All the way back to that Arizona game. I mean, I never screamed that loud when this guy runs. He is so exciting.
Neither did we. It was a one-of-a-kind night, and Hester having to play some defense.
How about that little layback run back he did? That fake on that field goal.
With a 108-yard return against the Giants. Second and 5. Here is Rex throwing to Darian, incomplete. Bears looking for the flag, so is Belushi.
Yeah.
And neither of you get it.
Yeah.
We got to ask you about this. The civic angst in Chicago over Rex Grossman the past couple of weeks. What has that been like? What would,
it's a big discussion.
You're not the coach, but, what's it like?
It's a big discussion. It's a big deal. And the thing is that we've got to stay with Rex right now. He's a young player. We've been waiting for him not to be hurt. He's not hurt. I think we got to coach him a little bit better. I really do. He's a young ball player. He can be coached. We should give him a different kind of play, different plays, different game plan. He shouldn't be throwing these bombs.
Guys,
he's playing more conservative right now.
Third down, and they run with Jones right at the line. He's going to pick up the first down. So a third down run takes it out to the 37.
Well, I'll tell you, when Lovey came, the first thing he said is, my job is to beat the Green Bay Packers. And he did. That was a Super Bowl for us in Chicago. So everything else has been gravy since.
Yeah, but now all of a sudden, let me just say this. I would assume now that you want a Super Bowl.
We want the Super Bowl.
I was just going to say.
Yeah,
anybody can beat the Packers now, Jim. That's not that hard. You got to go further than that.
No, they can't. They will.
But you'd stay with Gross.
Well, I'll say what Lovey says. We're 10-2 with Rex. I'm going to stick with it.
Fully brainwashed.
Yes, I'm a Bear man.
On first and 10, here is Benson running for about 8.5 yards. And, Joe, this is something we're going to see in December a little bit more. More Cedric Benson spelling Thomas Jones.
Well, it's one of the things Lovey talked about and Brian Urlacher talked about. You get into December and January in Soldier Field, and the NFC, in all likelihood, will have to go through Soldier Field unless something of a miracle happens other places. And that's what you're going to see. Little defensive backs don't want to come up and try and tackle Cedric Benson when it's minus 32 degrees.
It's going to be cold there.
Will you be there?
I will be there. I'll be there next week.
Tampa Bay comes to town.
Let's hope they're playing next week and you're not the only one there.
Oh, man, I'll be there.
Encroachment, number 73 in the defense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Jimmy Kennedy.
I asked you before about the civic angst. Is there a Cubs complex? Is there a sense that because the Cubs don't win, that same thing will happen with the Bears? Or is there a difference?
No, that's a whole different thing. No, that's a whole different thing. I mean, the Bears have proved it. They won championships, they won Super Bowls, and the Cubs need to win. And they spent some money last week, the Cubs. I think they got a good shot this year.
Some money.
$140 million. Well, that's some money. That's some money in my world. I mean, it's a little bit.
First down from midfield. Grossman, deep drop. Oh! Deflected, brought in. gain of about 7 yards for Desmond Clark.
Rex Grossman looks like he's out of his funk, and I say that. When balls get tipped and they wind up in receivers' hands, now there's the tip at the line of scrimmage, but Desmond Clark still manages to catch it and wind up with an 8-yard, 7-yard gain. You know that the pendulum has now swung in your favor because those get intercepted, they fall to the ground. This one winds up in a receiver's
You got him
hand.
cured right now. He's okay.
He's all right right now.
I've got the sweat wiped off his brow.
He's playing all right. He's settled down.
2nd and 3. Benson into the waiting arms of the veteran Leroy Glover, but still takes him for a first down to the 38.
You know what? He's got brilliance behind him, man. He really does. He's just got to settle down. You know, as a comic actor, sometimes we let the audience lead us. And it's always the wrong thing, and we got to lead the audience, and that's what he was doing. He was playing the defensive squad's game instead of his game, and he's out of his head now, and he's back in. We got to stay behind him.
So obviously, Jim thinks he's cured as well.
Well, you know, he's on and off. He's on and off, but we want him on.
First down from the 38. Pressure comes. Grossman is flushed by a Togway, and the pass is incomplete with Will Weatherspoon covering Jason McKee, the fullback. Let's go down to the sideline. Injury update. Here's Susan Calder.
Well, you may have noticed that the Rams' weak side linebacker, Piso Isamoa, number 50, is not in. He fractured his right hand. They took him in for x-rays. They're putting a cast on it. They're calling him questionable. Of course, this run defense has been the Achilles heels for the Rams. This is a tough break.
And Susan, that means more snaps for the 10-year veteran Dexter Coakley, who right around this time last year got injured, fracturing his left leg. 2nd and 10. This has been a Benson series. Climbs through the hole to the 34-yard line as we get to 4 minutes. And back to Susie's point for a second on the Rams defense. This is 6 games in a row. They've allowed a rusher to get 100 yards. And there's some very good running backs in that group, like LT and LJ and Frank Gore. But they're trying to keep from becoming the first team to allow 7 straight 100-yard rushers. Right now, Benson is the leading carrier for the Bears. 5 carries, 25 yards. Jones in the game, 3rd down. Quick hit, run in, by Berrien.
Come on! Come on!
Touchdown.
Yes! Whatever happened to no cheering in the press box with Belushi? Come on! Boy,
he settled down.
You like that one, right?
That is a case of Rex Grossman just trusting the route, because Fauquier Brown jumps up inside. Now, if that had happened a week ago, he would have probably pulled that ball down. He just trusted it.
Honest to God,
Makes the throw. I mean, the corner is sitting right there. He just said, hey, look, I'm going to throw the ball just like I know how.
That's Berrien's first touchdown in how long? Is it 7 or 8 games, Berrien's first touchdown?
The second in the last 7 games.
Oh, my God, I love this game.
Robbie Gould for the extra point. Jim, nice job. You come in the booth, you give the Bears the lead back.
He's settled down. He's doing great.
Thank you for joining us.
Better get out soon, or the luck will run out.
Oh, no. Not today. The Bears are going to win.
On top.
There's strong, and then there's Army strong. It's more than physical strength. It is emotional strength. Not just strength in numbers, the strength of brothers. Not just the strength to get yourself over, the strength to get over yourself. There's nothing stronger than the U.S. Army, because there is nothing stronger than a U.S. Army soldier. There's strong, and then there's Army strong. Visit GoArmy.com/strong.
Very entertaining second quarter here in St. Louis, as we've had really 4 consecutive scores. Rams go 99. Hester brings the touchdown back. St. Louis responds with a 72-yard drive, and Chicago comes up with a long touchdown drive of its own. That one being 74 yards to take the 1-point lead.
We haven't had all that much offense in some of the games that we've done, and to see St. Louis come back and make those long drives and then explosive things by Chicago, this is fun to watch. And I don't want to get like Belushi and start screaming, go, 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 like I'm a jockey here, but come on, it's fun to watch.
Kickoff return, Willie Ponder from the 4. Beautiful job of staying in the lane by Cameron Worrell, and cleaned up by Adrian Peterson for the tackle. Well, I mean, people who didn't know anything about the quarterback rating could tell you that Rex's was 1.3, the lowest by a winning quarterback in 35 years in the NFL. Well, tonight, that stat, the passer rating that takes your completion percentage, your touchdown percentage, your interception percentage, and your yards per pass, puts it all in a complex form where 158.3 is the highest you can reach. Tonight, it's a lot better. It's in the 90s.
You might not know how it works, but you know 95 is better than 1, right?
Well, it also was minus 11 degrees in the third quarter last week, too. That contributes.
First down for Mark Bolger from the 13. Covered to his right. Came back to Jackson, incomplete. A penalty marker comes down in the secondary. We have illegal contact on the Bears as Isaac Bruce was pushed outside the 5-yard zone.
Prior to the pass, illegal contact. Number 33 of the defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Charles Tillman.
After 5 yards, you can't touch. There it is. I mean, it's real simple. That's 8 yards down the field. Doesn't seem like much, but the rule is very specific and states that contact cannot be made after 5 yards.
Scott Linehan, the Rams coach, talked about this down. First down being so important against the Bears defense. Don't get yourself behind the chains. Get 3 or 4 yards per first down play. Screen, Jackson. Very good first down gain. The average gain in the NFL on first down is just a little bit over 5 yards. And it's so important against this Chicago defense because 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13, that puts you in a pass rush situation. And it's been advantage Bears all year when that happens.
Well, you certainly don't want the Bears defense dictating to you what you're going to do. They realize when it's a long yardage situation, you're going to have to throw. They have the people up front to rush 4 and drop 7.
From the 24, Bolger's first look wasn't there, and he's brought down by Adewale Ogunleye.
That sack goes on Bolger. It's a 3-step drop. The line knows that they have to fire, block, and get the guy's hands down. Fire. 1, no. Ball's got to be gone. You can't stand in that pocket that close to the line of scrimmage and expect Steven Jackson or anybody to hold people out.
Ogunleye now has 6.5 sacks, had 10 a year ago. 3rd and 9.
This is where they like to hit the big, deep crossing route. I think he got Alex Barron, number 70, his right tackle removed.
That would not be the first time.
False start. Number 70 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Alex Barron, false start for the 10th time this year.
Number 70.
3rd and 14.
Comes out quick. Actually, both tackles. You get Todd Stussy as well.
Well, Barron's one of the guys who was a likely candidate.
Be an incognito.
2-minute warning.
Incognito.
Giving the new Sierra more power doesn't make it professional grade. Giving it more power while making it more fuel efficient does. Introducing the all-new 2007 GMC Sierra. The only pickup that offers more than 300 horsepower and over 20 EPA estimated highway miles per gallon. That's professional grade.
Tender, juicy chicken breast, crispy bacon, creamy ranch. The Ranch BLT Premium Chicken Sandwich. Only at McDonald's.
New rule, just made it up. If there's a tool you want this year, ask for it. Like Craftsman Professional Power Tools with a lithium-ion battery. Tons of power without tons of weight. If you want it, ask for it. Craftsman at Sears.
So you got the interview. It's on Monday, and it's now Saturday. At Men's Warehouse, our expert tailors can alter your suit in 24 hours or hem your pants while you wait. So relax. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
What
is it you want, Barry? You want the moon? Hey, that's a pretty good idea. I'll give you the moon, Barry.
Give her a gift of gold from Kay Jewelers. Gold makes the moment wonderful.
Why don't you kiss her instead of talking at her, Dad?
Every kiss begins with Kay.
Toyota halftime show coming up. Chris Berman, Steve Young, Michael Irvin, Tom Jackson. The fastest 3 minutes. The finale to Jacked Up. And the latest on Allen Iverson, whose locker has been cleaned out. Toyota halftime show coming up. After the sack and out of the penalty and timeout. 3rd and 14. Low snap. Good catch by Bolger. Tried to just dump it to Stephen Davis, but it was knocked down by Mark Anderson, who had a fabulous start to his rookie season out of Alabama. 4th down, punt to Hester.
Now the punt to Hester is the first problem, Mike. You're right. Look, secondly, Bears probably going to wind up with good field position, and that's the one thing that the Rams talked about. We cannot get into 3rd down and longs because you just don't have the time to get rid of the football.
If you're just joining us, Hester took a kickoff back earlier tonight, 94 yards. Nice high kick. Has to call a fair catch. 47-yard, terrific hang-time kick. Matt Turk's having a great night as the punter. Game track for those of you just checking in. Rex Grossman, well, he's not going to get pulled after this half. 6 of 13, 92 yards. This touchdown to Bernard Berrien on the last Bears drive. Devin Hester took a kickoff back, 94 yards. NFL record 5th return for touchdown this season. Mark Bolger, 10 of 15. He's led drives of 99 and 72 yards. A touchdown to Torrey Holt, and the 2nd touchdown drive coming on a 2-yard Steven Jackson run. He's run for 46. All the scoring, all 27 points here in this 2nd frame. Bear ball taken over at the 38. Full complement of timeouts with 1:48 to go. Pressure. Picked up for a second. Now spit out on the hit by Dexter Coakley and scooped up by Otagwe.
This will be an automatic challenge by Lovey.
Well, he won't have to. Last 2 minutes.
Well, it's going to be an automatic challenge upstairs.
Yes, sir.
Or a review, anyway. Is Rex Grossman's hand going forward? See, the impetus of the hit moved his arm forward. He did not initiate it. I would rule this as a fumble. Now, I would rule it as a fumble, but because his arm and everything is going forward, they'll probably call it an incomplete pass.
What a hit.
Why wouldn't they do it the way you do it?
Because they don't. You know that. They don't. They don't rule the way I rule it.
Well,
you should rule the world.
Being looked at in the booth. We'll find out when we come back.
Ain't nothing over till it's over.
Where's that from? The 80s?
That's probably the 70s.
You can do it! Come on!
Rocky Balboa. Rated PG. In theaters everywhere. Wednesday, December 20th.
Holiday greetings from Budweiser. From our family to yours, we wish you a very safe and happy holiday season.
Who is on your list?
My son.
What is he into?
Sitting.
I'm going to have to put my thinking cap on for that one.
Find leather chairs and other unexpected gifts at Staples.
Mr. Nibbles thinks you should get your wife a laptop.
He's a reindeer. What does he know about laptops?
Never question Mr. Nibbles.
Get a Lenovo laptop, just $499.99 at the Department of Unexpected Gifts, Staples.
Last 2 minutes, so this was reviewed upstairs. We called down to Jeff Triplett to hop in and look, and they're talking about the spot of the ball, so that could mean the Bears are going to hang on to it here.
After reviewing the play, it is an incomplete pass. The quarterback arm was going forward, therefore it's incomplete. Please put 1:45 back on the game clock.
You see Linehan?
It'll be second down, 10 on the 38-yard line.
Linehan was talking about plays with Bolger there and what they were going to do, and it's ruled incomplete.
And it's because the impetus of the hit forces the arm forward, and as long as the arm's coming forward, that would be ruled as an incomplete.
And you would have called it a fumble.
Yeah, I would have. Because I believe the hit caused the fumble, but with the arm going forward, I can't argue with the ruling. It was an area that was gray, and that's what's being explained to Scott Linehan now.
I think Linehan just said, are you kidding me?
That's exactly what he said.
Then a string of words that we can't talk about.
And those of you wondering if the ball did in fact go forward or backward, it doesn't matter in that case. It's still a forward pass, even if your arm gets bent so the ball's going the other way. So it's 2nd and 10, and the run with Jones is only a gain of a couple of yards. Jimmy Kennedy with the tackle, and the timeout is called here by St. Louis. Let's go down to the sideline, and here's Michelle Tafoya.
Mike, a source inside the Bears locker room told me that there may very well have been some guys on this Bears team who felt that Brian Griese should be taking over a quarterback. But then I talked to wide receiver Muhsin Muhammad, who knows Rex Grossman very well, and he said there is no division between our offense and defense, and it's surprising. He said, I've been on other teams where you can cut the tension with a knife, but our defense appreciates what we've done so far this season. We've helped them out. They were used to having no offense at all. Muhammad went on to say, yeah, Rex is responsible for a bunch of our turnovers, but he's also responsible for a bunch of our touchdowns, and he's certainly responsible for one of those touchdowns tonight, Mike.
Yeah, Michelle, he was the player of the month in September. Team was smoking and rolling until they went into Arizona when we saw them on a Monday night, and that's where this angst has begun. That timeout was called by Chicago, not St. Louis. So with 100 seconds left, each team has 2 timeouts. Again, pressured. Grossman, quick toss is caught. Berrien cannot get the first down. It's a great tackle by the rookie Ty Hill out of Clemson. And now St. Louis will be the team to stop the clock with 4th and 1 at 1:33 coming up.
It isn't often in a game that you talk about the play of a corner. That one was very important. But then go back to the touchdown pass with Rex Grossman. We talked about him predetermining things and thinking too much. This time he knows he has the corner. Brown, the corner, winds up jumping it and throws it to the spot he wants to. Just gets the ball out of his hands. Doesn't think where to throw it. Isn't worried about the corner being there. Just makes the throw in that area. That's an excellent job of staying with the route. Buckier Brown is the one that he jumped the area a little too quickly. But Rex Grossman stayed with his route.
Now you see Rex's numbers here tonight. Now this is intriguing. It is 4th down and a yard.
They're going to go?
And Grossman and the offense stay on the field after St. Louis called the timeout.
It'd be a big confidence thing for Rex Grossman if they got this, if in fact they run the play.
Almost got the Rams line to jump. It may have, in fact, seen the Bears flinch on offense.
Both start. Number 57 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Olin Kreutz, the center.
You know, I'd have run it. Just step up and run it with Thomas Jones or Cedric Benson. I didn't like the game they were going to play. Yeah, maybe they get the cheap first down, maybe not. Line your guys up and just run the ball. You've been blowing them off. They're giving up over 150 yards rushing. You should be able to pick up a yard anyway.
So Sean McDonald will go back, and Brad Maynard will punt it. Rams have a timeout in 1:33 to go. Not the best kick, and this will be a decent field position moment for the Rams as they will take over right near the 30-yard line. Well, next week it is the shootout. Do you remember last year, as entertaining a regular season game as there was in the league, Chad, Carson, Peyton, Reggie, Marvin, they put up points like nobody's business. It was 35-27 at the half, 62 total points, second most ever in a first half of a game. 45-37 the Colts won. Now the Colts are on the ropes a little bit, and Carson Palmer and Peyton Manning, look at those eye-popping numbers. They'll be on display in the Dome in Indianapolis next Monday night, 8:30 Eastern on ESPN.
But it isn't the offense that's in question. We know that's entertaining. Cincinnati's defense the last couple weeks has stepped up. and I don't know anybody's found Indianapolis' defense yet.
The punt was 29. The Rams are at their own 29. And on first down, out of the gun, they run Jackson into the secondary. Steven Jackson at the 44, and you could see why the Bears are such a good takeaway team. One guy was tackling, and another one came to try to pull the ball away. But they couldn't.
Mark Bulger is so efficient in this offense. Plenty of time. You have one timeout left.
After the run of 15, Bulger right back to Jackson. A half yard shy of the first down. They'll preserve the timeout with 50 to go.
This is what they did in the Mike Martz days. Lined up real quick and started going down the field.
Scott Linehan's put the ball up almost as much as Mike Martz did when he was here a year ago.
Second down, Bulger on the out. Bruce out of bounds. First down at the 23-yard line.
I miss Mike Martz. I know I'm in the minority, and certainly you wouldn't get a lot of people to say it here, but this is what they did all the time.
Hang on a second, guys. He's ruled as he was in, so they're going to start the clock here.
How can he...
Clock is running down to 22 seconds left.
I cannot believe that they ruled him inbound.
Bulger spikes and Linehan's right over there talking to the referee saying, one of you stopped it.
He did. The official running down did wave his hands to stop it. I mean, nobody touches him, and he goes out of bounds, right? He's not touched. He goes out of bounds. Now, why is that not the clock being stopped? That is somebody...
When forward progress happens, it can stop you, but that was certainly within him coming down on the ground in that situation.
Makes no sense.
No, it's zero. There's no way that the clock, as I look at that, should have continued to run.
They still have one timeout, 20 seconds. They had to burn it down. Bulger for Bruce. In a tight window, he almost brought it in. What a throw by Bulger. Charles Tillman in coverage.
Could be the most accurate thrower in the game today.
That good.
Yeah, he is. I mean, look at the throws. The one we saw Kevin Curtis catch down the middle. Watch where this ball winds up. There's no window. I mean, Charles Tillman manages just to get a little finger on it, but that's a perfectly thrown ball. I mean, there is no margin of error to be short at all. And he's got a nice quick release, too. Gets it out of his hands in a hurry.
One timeout, 15 seconds in field goal range. Bulger pressured. Flag down, ball down, recovered by the Rams. Ball recovered at the 27. From here, a field goal is 45. Take the penalty, you're going to back them up to about the 33 if it's a holding flag on the Rams. Interesting decision coming up here. Setterstrom, the rookie out of Minnesota, was the one to come up with the fumble recovery.
If you're the Rams, either way, you have to try a field goal.
Eagerly to hands to the face, number 62 of the offense. The 10-yard penalty, it's still third down.
The walk-off brings it back to the 33, so the field goal from here is 51 yards. And this is exactly why Scott Linehan gave up the play-calling responsibilities that he had for the first part of the season. So he's not immersed in what play do I call to work here on 3rd and long. He's immersed in what's the right decision here.
It's one of the things he said. He said when you are an offensive coordinator, you care about this play right now. When you're a head coach, you look one play down the road. He said it was getting in the way of me being a head coach, so I gave it up.
Look at that number on Jeff Wilkins, a terrific long kicker, indoors over 50 yards, outdoors over 50 yards. He's 0 for 5. And the Bears will take a timeout. So with 7 seconds left, we remind you that Chris, Steve, Michael, and Tommy standing by for the fastest 3 minutes, jacked up, and the Allen Iverson trade update as the Toyota halftime show comes your way next year on ESPN. So it is 3rd down at the 33 with 7 seconds remaining.
You're the quarterback. If you have 7 seconds and one timeout, not enough time?
Not enough time. By the time you get the snap, by the time the ball travels in the air, let's say that they're not going to let you throw it towards the boundary. They're going to make you throw it inside. Too much time to be taken.
Well, now they're going to bring the offense back out. So it's interesting. The Bears use the timeout to, quote, ice the kicker or make sure they're set on defense. it gives the Rams an opportunity to be more settled, a calm of mind, and say, we have a timeout left. Maybe we can get something
here. If you can get to the sidelines and they let you roll out and actually give you a timeout there.
Maybe you get 5 more yards.
Well,
but that's about all you can afford to try and get.
5 yards makes it not a 51-yard field goal.
If I'm the Bears, I'm up not allowing the wide receivers to get the 5-yard hitches.
They will run it with Steven Jackson to get a few yards, gets to the 30, and the timeout is taken with 3 seconds left. So essentially, it will be a field goal that is attempted from 3 yards closer.
Well, it's still 3 yards closer.
That's exactly what Scott Linehan looks at.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, there's no way you could have thrown the football with 7 seconds.
The dilemma would have been if you're Steven Jackson and you bounce that, and now you have a chance to run.
And you get down to about the 15, but time runs out on you.
And that's a disciplined football player understanding game, score, and clock situation.
Go get tackled.
Right.
That's oh, look, there's somebody waiting to tackle me. Let me go.
Seems like every week we have one of the top 6 kickers in accuracy in the NFL because the kickers these days are so good. The only misses on the season are from 44, 46, and 47 for Wilkins, and this is a 48.
And the most accurate is out of a job.
Drifting right, missed it, no good.
Those are all of his misses, right? 44, 46, 47, and 48. No good.
Should have left it at 50. This one starts right all the way. Never comes hooking in. It's like your drive, Tony. Just a little bit of a push.
So close. So, both accurate field goal kickers missed one. The difference in the game is the bad snap on the extra point. Right now, the Bears lead 14-13, and here's Chris Berman with the play of the day.
All right, Michael, thank you very much. Good ball game here in St. Louis. 14-13, the Bears over the Rams. And, of course, with Steve Young and Michael Irvin and Tom Jackson. Welcome to our Toyota halftime show. A public service reminder. 13 more shopping days until Christmas. Thought everybody should know that. Well, here in the town of the World Series champion St. Louis Cardinals, it's only fitting that we be shopping for a Super Bowl heavy. Will some of you contenders please stand up? The message apparently delivered loud and clear in San Diego, especially to a man standing taller than anybody in the history of the National Football League. Here we go with our fastest 3 minutes, and all the stars were out for the San Diego Chargers against Denver. Tom, Phillip Rivers to Antonio Gates. What a catch he makes between 2 Broncos. Sean Merriman was a wrecking crew against Jay Veal Cutler. And LaDainian Tomlinson, touchdown number 27. Rivers to Gates, 28-3 San Diego. Denver mounted a charge, but at the end, LT too much. 6-yard touchdown ties the Sean Alexander record. Merriman forces a fumble, and then Merriman went merriment. LT, 29 touchdowns, never done before in NFL history. Chargers win the division. In the record. Jones-Drew, 18-yard. Fred Taylor, 21 yards. Maurice Jones-Drew, even when they stop him in our pictures, they couldn't stop him, could the Colts. Jones-Drew, 48 yards. And even Jones-Drew with a kickoff return. The Colts couldn't stop anything running on the ground. Jones-Drew does go all the way. Jack Del Rio, well dressed. The Jags undressed the Colts for 375 yards rushing, the second most since the merger. Tom Brady saw too much of Jason Taylor and the Miami Dolphins defense. 5 sacks, 4 forced fumbles. Miami prevents the Patriots from clinching the AFC East 21-0. Deja vu for the Ravens. 1 big play on offense. Steve McNair, Mark Clayton, 87 yards. And then bring on the defense. Ed Reed, pair of picks. And then Trent Green of the Chiefs. Mauled by Terrell Suggs and Adelius Thomas. 5 sacks, 2 picks, forced fumble. Ravens win at Arrowhead, 20-10. America's team, not Dallas last night. It was New Orleans. Drew Brees to Reggie Bush. And here we go, Mike. Wait till he gets to 7 very quickly. And then, whoop! There he goes. You're getting it now. 61 yards. Then onside kick. Recovered Saints. Bill Parr said, wait a minute, Sean Payton, you used to work for me. What are you doing? He goes short. Drew Brees, Devery Henderson. New Orleans sliced, diced the Cowboys. 42-17. Go long. Lots of big plays. Oh, my darling, it's Clements time. Nate Clements helped the Bills circle the wagon against the Jets' playoff hopes. Bills upsetting the Jets 31-13. Michael Lewis of the Eagles against the Skins. He could go all the way. 82 yards, Eagles back in it. And even Arizona, Matt Leinart, Bryant Johnson upset the NFC West leading Seahawks. Vince Young at home, we're going to put a clock. He takes off at the 46 in overtime. 46 yards in an Olympic record, 4.7 seconds. And Vince Young in his hometown of Houston leads Tennessee to the win. My goodness, he's 6-4 as a starter. What excitement. Now, other than San Diego and the Saints, will somebody please stand up? San Diego showing killer instinct yesterday.
Yeah, they have all the elements that you'd want from a Super Bowl team. They have the superstar running back. They have a quarterback that does not seem to be having any trouble filling in the shoes of Drew Brees from last year. And you've got a defense led by Sean Merriman, stingy on both sides of the football. I think this team is ready to go all the way to Miami, no question.
And you're talking about Drew Brees. Let's talk about the job he is doing with the Saints. A great football team. You see, they beat the Dallas Cowboys yesterday. And I mean, Drew Brees, he was a technician. He's working real close with Sean Payton, a great head coach.
Yeah, and the Colts, a lot of people's favorite to go to the Super Bowl, and they may have a fatal flaw. They've got to get it figured out. They've only got 3 games to do it in. You can't give up the kind of yardage that they're giving up running the football and think you're going to get to Miami in the Super Bowl.
Well, we saw LT LaDainian Tomlinson go in the record books yesterday for San Diego, with obviously more to come. Here we saw Devin Hester go in the record books, tying Hall of Famer Ken Houston with his 5th return of the season. 14-13 Bears back in 60 seconds.
This halftime show is presented by Toyota, moving forward.
There she goes, one that got away. Do you see the way she was looking at me? You're not going to believe this one. Let me take you back to what happened.
Why do I care? I mean, he's a loser.
I can't believe I won. I can't believe it. I didn't mean to spill coffee. It was hot. How could I blow that?
Never enough.
Yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
I'm sorry. I'm not mad at you.
Thank you. I'm starving. You want to go, get some Chinese or something like that?
NBA on ESPN. Wednesday night doubleheader. First, the Suns, pushed by Steve Nash's run-and-gun style, look to overpower a Heat team that counters with the ever-dynamic Dwayne Wade. Then, with the Lakers looking like a force in the West, Kobe and company hope to rein in Dirk and the red-hot Mavericks. NBA Wednesday, doubleheader on ESPN. Suns, Heat, and Lakers Mavericks, Wednesday at 7 Eastern.
Welcome back to the Toyota Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is how they celebrate Monday Night Football here at the Edward Jones Dome. Great fans here in St. Louis. They're always revved up for Monday nights, especially when it's against Chicago. Turning now to some NBA news, and it's all but official. Allen Iverson's career in Philadelphia over, with trade rumors swirling. He was once again inactive for tonight's 81-79 loss at home to Portland. Now, the latest sign of an imminent trade, AI's locker's been cleaned out, his nameplate been removed. Stay tuned for SportsCenter after the game for updates on this story. Meet the new ball, not the same as the old ball. The NBA will scrap its new basketball and go back to the old leather version starting on January the 1st. Now, to the other football. After 3 full seasons with DC United, Freddie Adu has been traded to Real Salt Lake for goalkeeper Jay Nolly and future considerations. Guy's 17, he's been traded already. Well, you know what's coming. Tom's talk play have jacked up, which Dexter Coakley did it against Rex Grossman. 14-13 Bears at the half, back in 30.
The Rose Bowl game, USC versus Michigan, New Year's Day on ABC.
Strange going on. Over 1,000 people insist they've seen something in Loch Ness. And yet when science is applied, like this expedition here, what's going on? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Do you see that? There. Oh, my.
This halftime show is presented by Toyota, moving forward.
Welcome back, everybody, to St. Louis, 14-13. The Bears over the Rams. Been a fun game and a fun weekend. Tom, roll it out.
Yeah, I saw one hit from Brian Urlacher that could have made jacked up on Steven Jackson. But we get to our week 14 hit list. Number 5, the Broncos and the Chargers. Jay Cutler going to drop back the pass, and Stephen Cooper going to make the hit. And Jay Cutler got jacked up. Number 4, Jarius Norwood going to be on the run. I said Derek Brooks doesn't do this as often as he used to, but he still does it. Jarius Norwood got jacked up. And number 3, the Ravens' O.V. Mahaley fumbles the ball. Patrick Surtain, and Steve Young just loves this. Hey! There comes in, makes the hit, and Patrick Surtain got jacked up by a quarterback. Number 2, the Ravens and the Chiefs. Corey Ross waiting to field a punt, and he is going to be nailed, and Corey Ross got jacked up. And our number 1 hit of the week, the Patriots and the Dolphins. Heath Evans going to make the catch, and that is Zach Thomas, linebacker extraordinaire, making the hit. And Zach will tell you that Heath Evans got jacked up.
Or maybe jacked up. Well, Steven Jackson into the end zone. Good game. Bears 14, Rams 13. Enjoy the second half. Yeah.
Being a part of the National Football League family involves so much more than just football games on Sunday. It's being a part of a community that extends beyond the sports world and touches the core of American culture, a culture built on a tradition of giving. Whether it's on a national or local level, the NFL is committed to making a difference. Whether it's delivering food to homeless shelters or volunteering in school systems for children's literacy programs, the NFL is giving back. Right now, across the league and across the country, the entire NFL family is continuing to do its part. Players, coaches, owners, and everyone involved with the league are all collecting and autographing items that will be auctioned off. Proceeds from these auctions all go to charity. So today, we're asking you to join us, be a part of the NFL's team effort. Bid for a cause. There's stuff for everybody. Choose the items that interest you and the charities that you'd like the proceeds donated to. Bid for a cause at nflauction.nfl.com. Give thanks. Give back.
Prices they got in here. $8 candy bar, $11 for a can or two. Now, it's prices like these that's keeping folks from living the high life. Sir, where's your beer section? Thank you. A good, honest beer at a tasty price. That's what we stand for. Clean up on aisle common sense. Hey, let me grab this. That's how we do it. Get in and out, boy. You just
Selection featuring the best names in the business, only at Chicago.
to the third quarter here in the shadow of the arch in St. Louis, Missouri. Rams get the ball first. Only a bad snap, missed extra point. The difference, 14 for Urlacher's team, 13 for Leonard Little's team.
What's exciting about this is if you're a sports columnist, you can't start to write yet. There's doubt in this game. There's a whole bunch of different things that go on. The St. Louis Rams have lost 5 out of 6 games, right?
They have.
And they're playing
6 out of 7.
They're playing the best team in the NFC dead even at the moment. I didn't expect that, did you?
Yeah, I did. I expected them to play. They have enough weapons to be, if they could throw the football, which they have, I expected it.
Robbie Gould begins the second half with a kickoff that's returnable, except Willie Ponder put it on the ground. And the former Giant takes it to the 28. Let's get the halftime updates. First with Susan Calder.
Scott Linehan really pleased with the way his offense is moving the ball against a great Bears defense. He said they're playing with confidence, executing well. And I asked about this much maligned offensive line. He said 1 sack on them, 1 penalty on them, but playing well despite the fact, a bit of a surprise. There are so many Bears fans here. They've been playing with a silent count.
You don't expect to have to use the silent count at home, but this has been a great home field, especially primetime games. But as we said, it's less than 300 miles on I-55 from Chicago to St. Louis, and a lot of Bear fans in the house. First play, Folger, deep drop underneath to Kloppenstein. Still the rookie tight end of the Colorado picks up a first down with a gain of 12 yards. Here's Michelle Tafoya.
Well, I spoke to Lovie Smith coming out of the locker room. He said, tonight, quarterback is not our problem. Defense is our problem. Stopping the run, stopping the pass. We've given up some basic third and long situations. He said, we've got to clean that up. We're thin in the secondary, but we've got to clean up those problems, and we have to get back to our brand of defense. Guys?
Yeah, Michelle, we should remind folks who are just tuning in, you don't focus on defensive personnel as much. Tommy Harris, Pro Bowl lineman out. In the secondary, missing Nathan Vasher, a Pro Bowler last year. And Mike Brown from earlier in the year, and Todd Johnson out for this game as well. Urlacher makes the tackle as Jackson gets out to the 46-yard line. 6-yard first down gain, and first down's huge in the game plan tonight for the Rams. So the Bears defense is pushing that 268-yard average, and a lot of that average, guys, was built in the first half of the season. The Bears have been giving up more yards as this season has gone longer and longer. Injuries playing into some of that. Jackson on 2nd and 4. Maybe a yard. We'll have 3rd and 3 coming up.
Well, it would seem just logically in those first 5 games, the Bears were not only holding people to no points, they were scoring 1,000 points themselves. So everybody else was trying to play catch-up, throwing the ball deep, getting intercepted. The Bears lead the league in takeaways, and they lead the league in points off turnovers, I believe, with 140 at this point. So they didn't give up anything because you were playing in such a deficit offense at that point against them. Now that they don't score as much, more even game.
Hunter Hillermeyer off the field, Devin Hester in, 5 DBs for the Bears. Folger swing out Jackson. Hester made the open field tackle. Now he's got to go back the other way for the punt return. 4th down.
You count on getting the ball in the hands of Steven Jackson. I mean, that's what Greg Olson, their offensive coordinator, is doing. We've seen it a few times. Folger looks down the field, doesn't have what he likes, hangs it out, figure one-on-one, why not? Devin Hester rose to the occasion. He's going to be exciting. I mean, he tries to emulate Dion so much.
Well, and that was a knock on him, his ability to play the run. He was a great return guy. They had him on offense for a while in college at Miami, but settled back as a defensive back and able to show he can make a play like that.
Averaging almost 15 yards of punt return as well.
One of the stories tonight has been Matt Turk's great hang time. No return from Hester here. The Rams will have a great chance to down it at the 6. Worrell almost came to get it as the scramble continues with no whistle yet as the ball is still being marked down. There'll be a long field in all likelihood here for the Bears. Cameron Worrell came running in to touch the ball. It was touched. So Chicago ball, Grossman on the field when you come back.
I've been really good this year, and the only thing I want is one of those amazing phones.
Well, Timmy, do you mean VCast phones? The NV plays VCast video, and its full keyboard makes it great for texting.
And the mint chocolate's perfect for music lovers. It's got an MP3 player.
You know I'm working here.
Only Verizon Wireless has the gifts you want, like the hottest LG VCast phones. Now get these 2 fully loaded phones for just $49.99. Happy holidays from the network.
All I'm saying is you can tell a lot about someone from their car.
No, I don't know what you're saying.
I mean, take this one. Leather seats, nav system, Bose surround sound. This guy is the man.
Introducing the 244 horsepower turbocharged Mazda CX-7, the SUV you never saw coming.
The man. Yeah, you're the man.
What?
The Mazda CX-7. It all comes back to it.
On game day, what's inside will change this place. Colors will be newer, things will be clearer, real will be realer.
Realer.
When the big men play, you'll see it all again for the very first time. Look.
Whoa.
It's amazing. It's the mirrors.
HDTV powered by DLP. See how millions of tiny mirrors make the picture amazing.
Get great savings on select Samsung HD TVs powered by DLP at Best Buy.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Bears ball, 94 yards to negotiate here. Boy, the Rex Grossman story was the big storyline coming in. Give me the feedback now as you guys have sat and watched the half here with Rex.
Well, Michelle was saying how Lovie Smith said the problem isn't quarterback, the problem is defense, but the problem has been quarterback. And Lovie Smith himself said, Rex needs to play better right now. We can't continue to have the quarterback position play like that. We can't win with the quarterback play we're getting. That's a shot across the bow of Rex Grossman, as is letting Brian Griese take 50% of the snaps. Rex Grossman has responded well. Now he's back way up at his own 5. Let's see how he comes out in the second half.
First play, run, Thomas Jones, couple of yards to the 8. Joe, take us through the first half from Rex's standpoint.
Well, a lot of times the thing you want to do is maybe not throw the ball, but take off and run. Keep in mind, he had 19 carries for minus 17 yards prior to that run. And this is a throw that he just trusts that Bernard Berrien is going to be where he's supposed to be. Tony's not thinking, just reacting.
I know you say that's great not to think.
It was for me. It still is to this day.
Yes, we know.
Thank you.
Second down, a throw. Grossman against the zone, perfectly finding Muhsin Muhammad, and it feels a little bit like we're near Soldier Field. You hear the Moose chanting first down.
Muhsin Muhammad is the steadying factor on this football team. The experience, 11 years, 47 catches, the leading receiver, but they spread it around. Desmond Clark, the tight end, has 33. Bernard Berrien had 36 coming in. Wonderful sell job. Little stutter go, come back to the sideline.
That's on the rookie Ty Hill. Don't feel bad, Ty. He's done that a whole bunch of times. 670 catches for his career. 690, I should say, is Jones carried, tackled by Corey Chavis.
You said before that, just on a couple plays ago, that it sounds like a Bears crowd. They're all chanting for Muhsin Muhammad. It's stunning that in a home game in St. Louis, it really is a Bears crowd. There's no juice for the Rams at all right now.
Not as much,
I mean,
right now.
In warm-ups, when the Rams came out, a lot of people booed. When the Bears came out, all you could hear was cheers. So it is. It's like the Bear fans decided to be warm for a game.
Didn't we have this conversation in Arizona?
Yeah. That was a longer way to travel for him.
2nd and 8, play action. Rex down the seam to Muhammad. To the 40.
The thing that I see out of Rex Grossman with these throws is he's not holding on to the ball a long time. He's making his decisions, looking at the defense, steps up one little hop step and fire. Nice job of leading the receiver.
Let me just go back to another Lovie Smith quote. I still think that guy is there, meaning the Rex from the first 5 games, but we need to see that guy right now. That's very threatening language, and they're getting it.
That's right.
Maybe Rex Grossman responds to that and not all these calls from everybody trying to make him better.
Thomas Jones, first down run through the hole. Jones spins in the secondary. Brought down at the 30-yard line by Otagwe. A 24-yard gain after the 20-yard pass completion a play ago.
That should take Thomas Jones well over 1,000 yards. Just a good, solid running. We've talked about the Rams and the problems they have
trying to stop the run. They are not very big up front.
Thomas Jones, of course, his brother Julius, Big Stone Gap, Virginia, town in the southwest corner of Virginia, population about 5,000. And those two brothers, as just a few yards away now is the brother in Dallas, Julius, from having 1,000 yards apiece. Quite a story for a couple of small-town kids from Virginia. There he is again. Thomas Jones delivers the blow to the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Muhsin Muhammad, who was big on the drive, threw a block, a 30-yard touchdown, caps a 94-yard drive.
Good power running, run on the left side behind John Tate. Nice block by McKee, the fullback, and then it's just a question run. Anytime you see long runs, it's simply because a wide receiver has done a good job of blocking. Muhsin Muhammad, that time, comes out and blocks Fukir Brown and manages to spring Thomas Jones into the end zone.
But what kind of adjustments did the Bears make at halftime to suddenly break long runs like this?
We're going to give the ball to Thomas.
Was that simple? You should have done it in the first halftime.
Robbie Gould adds the extra point. Good mix. A couple of play-action passes from Grossman, 36 yards. Jones, 4 carries, 58 yards, and a touchdown.
And this holiday season, get into a new 2007 G6 sedan. Last chance to get the best factory.
All-wheel drive system reacts in milliseconds from maximum traction, no matter what.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by the all-new Mazda CX-7, the SUV you never saw coming. Best Buy, wrap up the wow this holiday season, only at Best Buy. DLP HD TV, powered by DLP. It's amazing. It's the mirrors. And Verizon Wireless.
Son Nelly at the beginning, Miles Davis, Tina Turner, Chuck Berry, Scott Joplin. St. Louis has produced a very impressive, broad array of musicians. Those 5 musicians alone, St. Louis, 20 Grammy Awards.
Fabulous. And I think the best nickname in all of sports is St. Louis Blues. The best nickname in all of sports, St. Louis Blues. Wow.
Ponder from the goal line. Turn to the 23. The ball may have come free. It is. Ball coming down in the pile. Jeff Tripp with the referee digging in there. The Rams do come up with it. That would have been disastrous for St. Louis. After the Bears gain momentum, grinding it out on the ground with Thomas Jones, putting Chicago up 8.
By now, you're getting pretty used to living life your way. So why stop now? Mazda 3 sedan and 5-door. Loaded your way with more stuff than you ever expected. Makes you wonder what else is possible. Mazda 3 sedan and 5-door. It all comes back to
Zoom, zoom.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
23 flavors in every Dr. Pepper add up to so much taste. 23 is always on the tip of your tongue.
And so, at the end of the 23rd quarter, it's all tied up, 23-23.
X is the square root of Y. True or false? Karen.
23?
Dr. Pepper. With 23 flavors and one mind-blowing taste, there's more to it.
NFL Network has two big games with playoff implications. Thursday Night Football heads to Seattle, where Sean Alexander leads the Seahawks against Frank Gore and the upstart Niners. Then on Saturday Night Football, the Cowboys make their first NFL Network appearance when they head to Atlanta to battle Michael Vick and the Falcons. It's a must-win for Atlanta, but they'll have to stop a Cowboys team that's on a roll. 49ers Seahawks on Thursday Night Football. Cowboys Falcons on Saturday Night Football. Two big nights, two big games. Catch them both on NFL Network.
The Rose Bowl game, presented by Citi. USC versus Michigan. New Year's Day on ABC.
Chicago Bears trying to tie San Diego, best record in the NFL, leading 21-13 here in St. Louis. Mark Polger's led a couple of long touchdown drives here on the night. His numbers have been solid. Second drive of the second half starts from the 22. No offside flag. The fling to the side. The third receiver, Kevin Curtis. 5 to the 27. Ricky Manning Jr. and Urlacher on the tackle.
One of the things that Mark Bulger does so well is anticipate where the receiver is going to be. As he lets it go, there's the receiver. There's the throwing lane where the ball will go. It's just an anticipation, nice and solid. Again, that was on the left side. Here it is on the right side to Isaac Bruce. And you'll notice the receivers are hit in stride. They don't have to reach back. They don't have to slow down.
27, Jackson to the left side. Gain of about 4, and here's Susie Colbert.
Mike, Mark Bulger told us he learned a lot of football from Mike Martz, survived the 250-play game plans pretty well. But with Scott Linehan, he said he feels less burdened mentally and emotionally. Mark said the leash is longer. He enjoys coming to work more. Those big meetings on Wednesday used to be 3 hours of hell. Now he doesn't mind staying longer. It's just a different atmosphere. He said Scott trusts you as a quarterback until you prove otherwise. And in game situations like this, he even gets too audible at the line depending on what the defense is doing.
And now his coach has to be thinking, well, how bad is my running back hurt as Steven Jackson is down and shaken up, and hopefully as they massage it, it is only a cramp. Jackson has a backup in Stephen Davis, but he's been a difference maker in this kind of new evolving offense under Linehan. Just a peek here as he was tackled by Hunter Hillermeyer and Brian Urlacher. Well, Joe, let's go back to that for a second. What Susie was talking about, the difference in this system.
Well, Susie makes a great point. The other part of it is to have Mike Martz first as your coach to teach you. Because remember, Mark Bulger bounced around a lot, different places. Was in New Orleans, almost didn't make it there. Had to wait the third guy here, Kurt Warner, Jamie Martin. So went through a lot of different players. For him, the opportunity now is having all that expansive offense and having it now pared down means you've seen everything, you've done the mental gyrations that you need to do, and all of a sudden now you get to just focus on football and dropping back. I think it's going to take him a little bit more time to get comfortable with Scott Linehan's offense.
So it's easier for the player, but it's harder for the sports writers in town.
I think it's much harder for a sports writer. You miss Mike Martz, his mysterious Spengali-like obsession with offense, and the problems he had replacing Kurt Warner when he had to do it, the problems he had with Brenda Warner, the battles he got into with management, the sort of exile that he went into. He was great fodder for being a sports writer as well as being an offensive genius to some degree.
Well, they still look at Jackson guys here, so we'll step out for a second.
I'm Ed Rontaler. I'm 101 years old. This house was built in 1930. We've had a lot of trick-or-treaters, many happy Thanksgivings, many happy memories in this house. I wouldn't trade a single day here for anything.
Each year, mortgage insurance from Genworth Financial helps thousands of people start building their own futures today by getting into their own homes faster. Genworth Financial. Insurance for living. Solutions for life.
A little bit of the holiday spirit downtown in this city of 350,000. The gateway to the west. Jackson, with those serious cramping issues, walked off very slowly under his own power, and Stephen Davis is in his stead. Davis had that big 4th and 1 run in the second quarter. Quick shot to Torrey Holt. Ball comes down, incomplete pass. So 3rd and a yard, and they try the quick slant with Holt. Ricky Manning Jr. a part of breaking it up, and it's 4th down.
That is supreme confidence in your quarterback and your wide receiver. So on 3rd and 1, against the defense that's given up and you've been able to run pretty well at, ball goes inside low. This is all on Torrey Holt. We saw him drop a big play last week against Arizona that changed the game, and now there was another drop here in this one.
Turk to punt again. Another one with fabulous hang time. Hester, fair catch signal very late. Devin, after you take a knee, you can't make the signal. Kick was 44, no return. These 5-second hang times are extraordinary from Turk.
This is the legend of Muhammad Ali. Float like a
butterfly,
sting like a bee.
Bring home the greatest on DVD.
History will be written.
I am America.
I am the greatest.
I'm the champion of the world.
Ali Rap DVD. Available.
Now that was a dinner party. I wish there was a way we could do this faster.
You know, I got an idea. Let's go crack open your computer and take out some of the high speed. Holy.
The Illinois Safety Council is working hard to be your first choice for safety. Our goal is to reduce preventable injuries and fatalities on and off the job. Through our safety programs and resources, our efforts save lives every single day. Look to the Illinois Safety Council, your first choice for safety in Illinois. Call or visit us online at ilsafetycouncil.org. Be emergency ready. Practice your emergency plan. Have a NOAA All Hazards Emergency Radio at work and home. Call or visit our website today.
Car insurance claims. Can't someone make them easier? Progressive introduces a better answer. Concierge Claim Service. Just drop off your car at our claim center. We'll take care of everything, from on-site rental cars to guaranteed repairs. All with every car policy. Because this is how we keep you moving. New Concierge Claim Service from Progressive.
The Bears play Tampa, Detroit, and Green Bay the rest of the way. They have a terrific opportunity to end 14-2 and have the road to Miami come through Chicago.
Still in Chicago.
Scored on the last drive. Cedric Benson in the back to start this one. From the 26, a throw complete to Desmond Clark, and the former Wake Forest Demon Deacon has the first down.
I want to go back to Rex Grossman again. Doing such a nice job of playing within the offense. I would have ventured a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, he would have tried to get the ball down the field to Muhsin Muhammad, who broke to the post. Now he's just, hey, the tight end's coming across, he's open, I'll just dump him the ball.
2 weeks ago, Brian Greasy wasn't getting 50% of the snaps.
Whatever
and the coach wasn't saying, we got to get more out of that position right now.
And he is.
Two tight ends run it with Benson. Penalty marker down as Benson's brought down by Brandon Schiller at the 42-yard line. And Benson got dinged on that one. He's going to bounce up.
For Chicago, 2nd and 5.
See what Jeff Triplett has here.
Penalty flag.
Holding defense, number 73. That 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
It was on Jimmy Kennedy, the nose tackle. Well, so much story about Rex because it's been a long time. It's been a lot of guys. It's been a lot of tries since Jim McMahon, Pro Bowl quarterback, champion quarterback, Walsh, Craig, Stenstrom, Moses Moreno from Colorado State, Cade McNown, a first-round bust, Henry Burris, Jonathan Quinn.
I thought I saw Will Ferrell in there. Is that possible?
Will Fuhrer. Lefty out of Virginia
I thought it was
Tech.
the elf.
That's the next movie. Oh, that's why there's so much in Rex is going to be the guy. Even through the injuries, he can be the guy. Benson carries for 2.5 yards there.
Well, I mean, when people in Chicago suffer along with this because they're afraid that Rex is single-handedly going to take them out of the playoffs, and they want Brian Griese, what management wants, what the coaches want, they've waited 4 years for Rex Grossman to be healthy enough to take them into the playoffs. If you put Griese in, then you're not going to know about Rex Grossman, and Griese's not your quarterback of the future. So they're desperately trying to coach Rex up, get him confident, and go into the playoffs with that schedule Mike mentioned. My dog could win some of those games.
Second down, pressure, throwing the deep ball that is incomplete. Darian was in hand fighting with Ty Hill. Hill wants the offensive pass interference flag. None was forthcoming.
They won't. I mean, the officials are very reluctant to call offensive pass interference, even when it looks like you're doing a takedown. Ty Hill doing a nice job on Bernard Berrien, running with him. Now, Hill's going to try and make a play for the ball, and you see Bernard Berrien has his arm hooked under his. Bernard Berrien is just not going to let Ty Hill get around on it.
There was some talk earlier that the Bears receivers weren't doing enough to prevent interceptions by making plays just like that.
That time he did. Protect your quarterback.
Adrian Peterson is the running back. And a screen to Peterson gets a first down and more. Adrian Peterson, not the Oklahoma Adrian Peterson, but he looks like him. To the 19-yard line.
Great call.
First down.
Great call by Ron Turner, the offensive coordinator. You're going to get pressure on 3rd and long. That's what Jim Haslett likes to do. He can't just necessarily bring 4 guys. Drops a defensive end back in coverage, Leonard Little, and you run the screen right in the middle.
That is the longest reception of Peterson's career, which has gone over now 4+ seasons with the Bears. He's out of Georgia Southern. His brother Mike Peterson, injured earlier this year. Very good middle linebacker for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But Peterson, with his longest game of the season, brings the Bears to the red zone. Turn it back to Benson, hopping for 4 to the 15.
The Bears, as they approach Chicago, Cedric Benson, you know, at his size, Thomas Jones with his quickness and size, 2 different kinds of backs. It's a terrific 1-2 punch to complement what that Bear defense can do, and then let Rex take his shots.
Second and 6, there's Benson going after the contact with Corey Chavis, who's been very involved tonight for a gain of about 1.5 yards.
So you're suggesting that in the playoffs, assuming they get home field and it's cold and it's cold and it's cold, they change the kind of team they were at the beginning of the year?
No, they don't change. They'll still take the shots, but they have the confidence to be able to get first downs running the football. Running the football set it up for them early.
That's what I'm asking. Isn't that how you win in cold weather, by running?
You win by getting a lead, making other people try and throw.
There's been no Thomas Jones on this series. Peterson back in as the 3rd down back on 3rd and 5. And Grossman throwing for Muhammad. Musa Muhammad with the catch. Chicago touchdown.
Sweet. Just a sweet throw.
This crowd is a Chicago crowd. So, hello, it's a home game for St. Louis. This is a Chicago crowd.
You can't cover anybody much better. I mean, Brown's right there, but Musa Muhammad has such a reach. You know, look at the reach of the ball. Watch where the ball comes down.
Perfect throw, is it not?
Absolutely perfect.
So Brian Griese's probably not getting in tonight as a starter.
There's a good chance he won't get a lot of snaps next week either. He's back down to his 20%.
Extra point added by goal, and now you have Rex Grossman to 20 touchdown passes in a season. Only once it's happened in the last 40 years. Eric Kramer did it in '95. A spectacular one there to Musa Muhammad. Bears by 15.
Sometimes the best idea is the one that helps others have ideas.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you. wow gifts create wow responses. Our pledge is to help you wow with computers powered by the world's best dual-core processors, the Intel Core 2 Duo, letting her do more at once, faster.
And save $200 on computers featuring Intel's newest processors, now at Best Buy.
It's time to make driving a lot more exciting. The Mazda It's Go Time sales event is here. Save on Mazda 3, Mazda CX-7, even the new Mazda 6 Sport Value Edition. What's standard on it? What isn't? Right now, get a 2007 Mazda 6i Sport Value Edition for under 20 grand. Plus, you may qualify for an extra $1,000 MAC bonus. To save on lots of Mazdas, go to your Mazda dealer for a test drive or visit MazdaUSA.com.
Hackers, fishers, thieves, the enemies of your idea. How will you keep it safe?
Will Kobe show us 24 is greater than 100? Will the Suns stop at 161? Will you be watching when? Suns, Heat, and Lakers Mavericks. Wednesday at 7 on ESPN.
Another long touchdown drive. It doesn't look like Soldier Field. It just sounds like Soldier Field. Here the Edward Jones Dome, and the Bears fans have made the trip, electrified by the Rex Grossman performance. That's a bounce back from the quarterback rating of 1.3 last week against Minnesota. 119.7 when he takes the completion, touchdown, interception percentage.
He made the point to us the other day that he'd been all over the map this year, that he'd had more 100-plus ratings than any quarterback in Bears history, and also more one-point ratings than anybody.
Ponder choosing to take it from 3 yards deep. He is stuck and finally brought down by Idonije, but the first hit brought him down at the 17. Here's Michelle.
Well, Mike, earlier in the week, I asked Muhsin Muhammad what had been wrong with Rex Grossman, and he said, for the life of me, I don't know. But he also said he had been giving Rex some sound veteran advice. He told Grossman that the best players in this league have the shortest memories. They're able to put bad plays behind them. He told Grossman to decide that the pressure he's under is not crushing him, but turning him into a diamond. And he told him, I can't wait until you prove everybody wrong. So far, so good tonight.
Great to have an 11th-year vet like the 33-year-old Muhammad to lean on and to make plays for you as well. As the two-time All-Pro just caught his 53rd career touchdown pass.
Nobody was smiling any wider than Lovie Smith when Rex went to the sidelines either.
It's great to think that you could take that pressure and it would turn you into a diamond and not simply crush you as a piece of coal and make you sprinkle out all over the floor.
A lot of people willing to sprinkle you.
After a Stephen Davis carry of 3, 4 receivers on 2nd and 7, Rams desperately need a big play. Kevin Curtis almost teed up an interception for Urlacher as he got hit hard by Lance Briggs.
For the most part, the Rams said they wanted to gain 3 yards on 1st and 10, and they've pretty much done that. They've had 3 drops in the middle. This one's thrown behind Kevin Curtis. That's a tough catch, and they're very lucky it doesn't wind up going the other way. But they've gotten the yards they want on 1st down.
What good is 3 yards?
It makes it manageable.
You want to gain more than that?
If you get 3, a minimum of 3.
The thing with 3 is it allows a run to still be a possible call on 2nd and 7. Bears fans being heard, pressure coming. Folger got rid of it quick. Holt could not hang on as he was being held onto by Danielle Manning. No flag, 4th down.
Okay, Manning did a real nice job on that one, just pulling Torrey Holt enough so that he couldn't catch the rebound after it bounced off his hand.
Would you say that Torrey Holt tonight is having a bad night and that these are catches he should have made? That one, no?
Yeah,
yes?
That's tough. I mean, he usually would get that on the rebound if Manning wasn't hanging on. So, yeah, I think Torrey's having a real tough night.
About 3 times.
Yep.
Hester, 3 punt returns for touchdown, 1 missed field goal, 1 kickoff. He has the season touchdown return hat trick. That was forced out quickly by the rush. And thus the punt will only be 34 yards, down to the 45. Here's Susie Culver.
Well, with Steven Jackson in the locker room, it brings up the subject of running back depth and the future of Marshall Faulk. I spoke to him yesterday. He does want to come back. He knows he's not going to be 100%, but he thinks he can be close. He said he knows he wants to make the decision before the draft because that's fair to the organization. He also said he knows he's going to have to sit down with Rams executives and determine his value to the team. Only if they determine that he can't be of use to this team anymore will he then decide if he would want to play for someone else. But he wants to come back, and he would like to play for the Rams.
Marshall on a special list this year, physically unable to perform, injured reserve, thus done for the season. Still being paid $2 million by the Rams this year, but if you watch TV and you cover football, you see Marshall on the NFL Network in the studio this year doing a terrific job, I might add. Gain of 9 for Cedric Benson. So it may have impacted what Scott Linehan wanted to do during this offseason if he knew Marshall Faulk wasn't going to be a part of the Rams organization this year.
Well, there was a Lawrence Maroney out there, D'Angelo Williams, both would have been viable possibilities. So it's nice of Marshall to meet with the organization this year before the draft, but it would have helped out this football team a lot if he had done it last year. My personal opinion is that Marshall Faulk will not be a St. Louis Ram next year.
Second in the yard, Grossman goes play action, gets it to McKee, the fullback, and Jason, oh my goodness, a helmet-knocking hit on Ty Hill at the 40-yard line, and Hill saw the Bears sideline react, and he hops right back up as well.
Isn't that what they talk about when they say he got jacked up? When a guy's head falls off, when there's an exorcism in the middle of the field? Let's watch this, boys and girls.
240 pounds.
Boom!
Give Ty Hill a lot of credit. And now look, McKee's going to point at the helmet thinking the head is still in it.
Yeah.
But it has been damaged.
He broke it.
Jeremetrius Butler has to come in and
That'll
play.
be on a poster.
Jeremetrius Butler has to come in and play corner. Benson with the run to the 34-yard line, I beg your pardon, and a first down pickup of about 5 yards.
Is there such a thing, or is that just in basketball where somebody is posterized? Does that qualify in football as well?
I think so. Or jacked up.
That's right. I love when they do that. He got jacked up.
Michael gets into it. Michael just gets excited. That fist going.
Grossman looking over to the sideline. Don't know if he got a play call on his headset. Play clock down here at about 10. All Bears here in this third quarter. And Benson with a first down to the 28-yard line. So Chicago at 11-2 if they can win tonight. And there you see 9 wins with those last 3 teams. 9-30 the remaining schedule, with 2 of the games at home and the other game at Detroit where the fans have just shut it down. They couldn't even get a fire Matt Millen chant going at the game yesterday. That's how apathetic the fans have become. I'm serious. That was not a joke. So they are in great shape to make a run here to the number 1 seed.
That's not playing the 1927 Yankees when you got those 3 teams in a row. That's
Bears
a bye.
Scored twice in the third.
The Rose Bowl game, USC versus Michigan, New Year's Day on ABC.
This man bought his 100% wool suit at Men's Warehouse. This man paid twice as much at another menswear store. So while they both look smart, one of them actually is. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
That is lovely. Thank you. You went to Jared. You went to Jared.
A Tag Heuer watch from Jared will put anyone in the spotlight.
Exquisite form. Wonderful line. You went to Jared.
Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
Disciplined investing. It isn't about star fund managers. At Zero Price, it's about experienced investment teams that stay the course. For each 1, 5, and 10-year period, over 70% of our mutual funds beat their Lipper average. Low-cost mutual funds from T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Request a complete prospectus or profile with investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information to read and consider carefully before investing.
Part MP3 player, part phone. Everybody loves chocolate. Now in mint, cherry, and white. Just $99.99. Exclusively from Verizon Wireless.
the heat and all the attention was on Rex Grossman coming in. And I had a lot of support, to be very honest, of the Bears fans. And Chicago was down 13-7. They've scored the last 21 points, lead by 15. As we go to the fourth quarter, here in St. Louis, Mike Tirico, Joe Theismann, Tony Kornheiser, Michelle Tafoya, Susie Colbert on the sideline.
Good place to take a shot.
Quarter begins with 1st and 10, and Benson runs, and he is tackled by Will Witherspoon, the middle linebacker, who was a Carolina Panther, and Corey Chavis. Chavis and Krutz with the conversation after the play. Look at the Bears running back tonight, and the only thing keeping St. Louis from not allowing a 7th consecutive 100-yard rusher is sharing the load between Jones and Benson almost equally in number of attempts.
There's a quarter to go yet, and Thomas Jones may get back in, but talking to Ron Turner, he said they wanted to try and get Cedric Benson 6 to 7 more carries, and you see this whole game plan that they have laid out has gone pretty much the way they wanted it to.
2nd and 11, Grossman throwing for Berrien. Flag down, broken up by Ty Hill. 2 flags, pass interference on the rookie of the Rams.
Bernard Berrien at 6'1" is a tall one. You don't get a hand on him, but you chuck him going down. Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to play.
Defense, number 26. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
It's so hard to play defensive back today. I mean, you have to give guys room. We saw Bernard Berrien. Well, yeah, he did. We saw Bernard Berrien hook his arm before, no foul. Now you hand fight and think that it's going to be okay. You wind up with a flag. Tough position to play, especially with the speed and size of these receivers.
First and goal, ball on the 7. Benson stays in. McKee blocks. And the fullback springs in for a gain of about 3. Another Corey Chavis tackle. He has a bunch here tonight.
A lot of Rex Grossman's long passes have been intercepted this year, Joe. And I think what I'm told by the writers in Chicago is that the feeling among the Bears is that with this heave and hope thing that Rex Grossman has done, is that 2 things can happen good when you pass, unlike what Woody Hayes said. You can make the pass or you can get a call. Because of what you're saying, it's so hard to play defense in that isolated circumstance. You can get a call on a long pass. Then you keep the ball, you roll it down the field, you don't even complete it.
Unbalanced line to the right. Boot that way, throw to the tight end. Gilmore couldn't pull it in. John, the former Penn State Nittany Lion, laid out. Injury update, here's Susan.
Well, Mike, I watched Leonard Little walk into the locker room. He didn't appear to be in pain, but I was just told he took a blow to the throat. He is out of the game, and what a blow to the Rams. I don't think it's a stretch to say he could be their best player on defense.
Yeah, certainly up front. Little 10 sacks coming into this game. And there is not much other defensive talent here, even though they made free agent acquisitions, 4 of them right at the start of the year. 3rd down to run with Peterson. Her flag down as he is down at the 1-yard line.
Very demonstrative refereeing crew tonight. They signal right away. They're using Hanson. Good job.
Holding. Defense, number 97. Half the distance to go. Automatic first down.
As the 2nd defensive holding on a defensive tackle. First half, Jimmy Kennedy was whistled for such.
We've seen more and more of these calls. There's been a focus on defenders grabbing offensive linemen and pulling them to allow other guys to make plays. Coaches will have to work on stopping those techniques. I don't know what else they're going to take away from defenses to be able to do. And certainly the points have gone up, and it's getting tougher and tougher for everybody on defense.
Power formation. Peterson easily into the end zone. Adrian Peterson's first touchdown of the season.
Had his longest reception. Got his first touchdown. He's having a good night, Mike.
4th career touchdown at 2 last year.
Here's really, you know, they cheer when the Bears do well. There's really nothing from the St. Louis fans. There's like probably 50,000 people in here who have taken a vow of silence tonight. There's nothing.
Nothing to cheer about either.
But at least breathe into a mirror so we know you're alive.
28 unanswered points, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns in the half. New Orleans looked very good last night. Chicago tonight. Who's the best team in the NFC? We'll talk about that here in the fourth quarter. Bears up 22.
Where do you go for tools? How about under the tree? Check out the Craftsman Locking Flex Ratcheting Wrench Set. Yep, it's a mouthful. But for fast work in tight spots, nothing's better. If you want it, ask for it. Craftsman at Sears.
Just imagine how the pre-game preparations will change. Knowing even the tiniest, never-before-seen details will now be captured on the Samsung 1080p LCD HD TV. With Samsung, it's not that hard to imagine.
Tender, juicy chicken breast, crispy bacon, creamy ranch. The Ranch VLT Premium Chicken Sandwich, only at McDonald's.
When does the best-selling car in America become the best car for America? When does an engine become an engine of change? Introducing the first ever gas-electric Camry with hybrid synergy drive. When a car becomes more.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by Toyota, moving forward. Capital One, what's in your wallet? NFL.com. Vote for the 2007 Pro Bowl teams. Log on now. It's all on NFL.com. And Samsung, the official HD TV of the NFL.
Rams moved from Southern California here to St. Louis in '95, into this stadium in '96. Played 1 year in the old Busch Stadium outdoors. Rex Grossman, he's been a long week waiting to have that smile on his face, and he deserves it. Bears have scored the last 28 points to erase a 6-point deficit.
It's been a long night for the Rams defensively, just in 3 quarters.
In the story of this back half of the season, Ponder takes it from about 5 yards deep.
His returns have gotten progressively fewer in yards gained. If they kick off twice more, he may be out the door on the other side of the building.
This is the legend of Muhammad Ali. Float like a butterfly,
Sting like a bee.
Bring home the greatest on DVD.
History will be written.
I am America.
I am the greatest.
I'm the champion of the world.
Ali Rap DVD. Available to...
Get that money, man. Get that money, man. Get that money, yo. I gotta get that money, man. I gotta stack cheese. I gotta stack cheese. I need at least 2 G's.
Hello, sir. 20 minutes away. Yes, sir. Bye.
Business, meet pleasure. Avis is the cars you crave with the features you love right where you live. Avis, we try harder near you.
Experience makes the man. Cold filtering 4 times makes the Miller Genuine Draft.
Don't let the year end without seeing our bold new lineup at the Dodge Premier event. The all-new Nyko is pumping adrenaline alongside the fuel-efficient new Dodge Caliber. They join the newly redesigned Durango, Dakota with best-in-class overall interior room, and Dodge Ram, the longest-lasting line of pickups.
Before the year's over, get $5,000 cash allowance on Ram 1500 or grab great deals on our remaining 2006 models.
Check out Ram and all of our bold lineup before the year is over.
So the Chicago Bears trying to get to 11-2. That would be a 2-game lead over New Orleans with 3 to go. They're trying to get home field throughout. And the back end of the story is the wild card situation that St. Louis was trying to work itself into, but you're looking at the Giants, Philly, and Atlanta at 7-6, and the Giants and Philadelphia play each other Sunday at the Meadowlands. Bolger first down throw is complete to Stephen Davis at the 18-yard line here with 12:50 to go. We'll see what kind of a hurry the Rams are in. And they will go no huddle.
You just don't like this situation where a whole quarter to go, you have to be in hurry up.
You're passing against the Bears, and usually that spells trouble. Davis takes the first down to the 25-yard line. So if Chicago gets this win, guys, they will have clinched a bye in the first round. That's so big in the playoffs. Now the question becomes, who's the better team in the NFC? And I think most people would have thought we'd be having that conversation, Dallas or Chicago. If you ask the question on Sunday morning, here at the end of Monday night, you might be saying New Orleans or Chicago. Bolger to Bruce, the 31. 2nd and 4 coming up.
I don't know if that was a convincing win for the rest of the year that New Orleans had, but it was a devastating win. I mean, they were just fabulous in Dallas. Sean Payton, who'd learned everything, learned a lot from Bill Parcells, 1-upped them and 2-upped them. I would have said 3 days ago the best team was Dallas. I can't possibly say that now after that. It's impossible.
2nd and 4 for Holt, incomplete. Here is what happened last night in Dallas. Sean Payton, who coached on Bill Parcells' staff for 3 years, got the ball to Reggie Bush, and Reggie was affected 125 yards receiving, and this spectacular vision and moves using touchdown, 37 yards on the ground as well, and the NFC Pro Bowl quarterback. I'll give you that guarantee on the voting. Drew Brees, 384 yards, 5 touchdowns. He's thrown for over 4,000 yards this year, taking the Saints to 9-4 with a 25-point win. This is 3rd and 4. And it'll be offside, unless there was movement.
Encroachment, number 99 in the defense. 5-yard penalty. Result of the penalty will be a first down.
So the Rams will continue this drive. And how important is it to get that bye that we talked about, that New Orleans now has a leg up on, and Lovey's team will get here tonight? 51-13, 80% of the time. 4 out of 5 teams since 1990 that have the bye have success in that first playoff game.
I think the difficulty when you look at New Orleans and Chicago, you say to yourself, well, they had that. Three and 13 last year and vagabonds. To turn it around quite like this, it's almost as if your eyes are saying, I can't believe what I'm seeing, because the turnaround is so thorough and complete that you want to almost distrust it.
But we saw the New Orleans Saints in the opening game, the opening of the Dome against the Atlanta Falcons, and they looked just like they did yesterday. Yeah. And last night, they looked exactly the same. The area that I've been impressed with is certainly Drew Brees has been wonderful, but their defense has played outstanding football.
Davis back in the game, gets rocked by Ricky Manning Jr.
The Saints' defense, to me, has been the most consistent, and certainly Colston coming on, and Reggie Bush, and the names go on and on and on. You ask the question, which team? Chicago in Chicago, I feel like has the advantage. In Chicago.
Because of the weather?
Because of the weather, yes. Because of the conditions.
Nobody else has a quarterback who's had a 1.3 rating this year, though.
And you look at Drew Brees, he's averaged almost 350 yards throwing. And
that's what I'm getting to.
Be a problem there.
That's what I'm getting to. That there are reasons to distrust almost all the teams in the NFC at some point or other. You know, and Chicago has had, like last year they had a home game and got beat, and you're not sure exactly what they can do in the playoffs. New Orleans hasn't been there a while, got an entirely new cast of characters. I mean, in my mind, I think to myself, if Dallas can come back, maybe Dallas is the team you trust.
Not after last night.
Steven Jackson caught one, ran one for the first down. Bolger goes to him for the 3rd time. After getting hydrated from the cramp problems in the 3rd quarter, he gains 5 yards. Of course, everybody's talking about Tony Romo throughout here, and all of his good play at Eastern Illinois, where he was in college and nobody knew about him. But he did win the 1AA award for the best player, the Walter Payton Award. The coach of the Saints, Sean Payton, also from Eastern Illinois, which is only 125 miles from here in St. Louis, in Charleston. Got Bolger at the head level. As the sack from Mark Anderson took Bolger to the ground. Let's see if Mark is okay.
Almost took his head off.
Flag is down. You just couldn't see it as the players surrounded Bolger, and that will last for a while.
Unnecessary roughness, grabbing under the helmet. Number 97. The 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
There comes the rush outside. Mark Anderson's been on a tear. He had 8 sacks coming in, but you cannot, well, it hits him in the face mask and rips his helmet off, and thankfully there was a flag. He took the shot in the nose. He got hit everywhere you could get hit above the shoulder pads. Face, back of the head, helmet.
Bolger's up there chasing and chatting everybody over in the Bears defense. He's telling his own offense to huddle up.
Just how tough he is. He's playing with 3 cracked ribs. I mean, the guy is just tough. He goes through a game, gets him taken care of, and then still works in practice. Watched him throw in practice on Saturday, just like he's throwing tonight.
A shot he took. He delivers on time to Torrey Holt, who slides inbounds for the first down.
Joe and I have had this discussion. Why don't you join in as to who you think right now is the best team in the NFC, Mike?
Where do you go, Mike?
I think that home field is huge in both ways, because I don't know if anybody's going to walk into Soldier Field and win, as Carolina did last year in that playoff round. But a New Orleans home playoff game is going to be one of the special experiences if that happens. We were there for that opening. What an experience that'll be. I would say Chicago over New Orleans right now, because the Bears, as you mentioned, Tony, the Bears have been through it last year and lost to Carolina, but they have all the starters back from
Number
that
79
team.
in the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
The key question is going to be secondary and getting people back in the secondary, because the Saints are picking everyone apart. That's what Chicago has left. New Orleans still has work to do to get to that bye in the first round, but they have it in their own hands. The 4-9 Redskins, who now have been officially eliminated, and the Giants and Panthers, who knows what they're going to be playing for those last 2 weeks of the season.
The Giants are a very good football team. They've been in total disarray at times, but they're a very solid football team.
From the 34 against the 4-man rush, Bolger, Bruce kind of stumbled coming out of his break, and that's why that ball missed time.
So then neither of you think that, for example, Dallas or the Giants or, let's say, the Falcons, neither of you think that they can make a run against teams like Chicago and New Orleans that are somewhat flawed? You would take the home teams in both cases.
I would take the home teams, and I would think that New Orleans, to me, appears to be the most complete team. Now, with Rex playing like he is tonight, their offense of the Bears has stepped it up. They are more complete. And certainly in bad weather, the return game is a factor, and the Bears have done an outstanding job with that, specifically Devin Hester.
Here's Stephen Davis on the run. Urlacher finally pulls it down, although it is a 22-point game. There's a little anger between these teams. There's been a lot of conversation ever since that Anderson hit. Urlacher just made his 9th tackle. Before that, he had a conversation coming back to the sideline with fellow Pro Bowler and veteran Isaac Bruce. 3rd and 5. And Bolger delivers to Torrey Holt to the end zone. He didn't hold on. Incomplete. Holt had it and was going, and then lost the handle. There's been a couple of drops now for Holt in the last few weeks.
4 tonight. He has actually put 4 times tonight. Very, very uncharacteristic of Torrey. That's just too easy.
This is going to hurt the sales of his video, his instructional video.
Certainly should. I mean, that is a perfectly thrown ball. Doesn't tuck and put it away. This is not the Torrey Holt that everybody has come to know.
Urlacher got a hand in there, but it should not have been enough to spit the ball out. 4th down. Bolger to Stephen Davis. First down to the 6-yard line.
Coming into tonight, back to Torrey Holford, he had 7 drops. And you and I, Tony, count 4, official or unofficial, on-target drops tonight. I mean, right in his hands.
So we'll have to get the definition of the on-target drop that we talk about every single week.
I think we've seen it here tonight. I think they're considered on target.
Bears shuttling personnel in and out here, and the game is stopped. Timeout is taken. It's a Bears timeout. First and goal for the Rams when you come back.
Intelligence of downhill assist control. The RAV4 from Toyota.
The man, the champion, the legend. Rocky, the all-new 2-disc collector's edition with never-before-seen footage on DVD today.
You guys have to try.
Friday nights with my best friends. We just have one rule. Everyone orders something different.
It's better than good.
Try Olive Garden's new chicken Roma, layered with Italian cheeses and fresh Roma tomatoes. Or try our new Asiago chicken at Olive Garden.
This offers incomparable picture quality. So why does it cost so much? It's HD TV, sir. Top of the line. No, I mean, why does it cost more here?
Yeah, Walmart has the same one for way less.
We have a high-def buyers club where you can earn points towards your choice of reward. If you spend $50,000, there's a digital meat smoker.
The same brand name HD TVs as other stores for way less. Get smart before you buy at walmart.com/HDTV.
Lakers, Heat, NBA Christmas Day on ABC. Kobe takes on Finals MVP Dwayne Wade in a game that's become a holiday tradition. Christmas Day, Lakers, Heat. Coverage begins at 2 Eastern on ABC.
Mark Bolger engineered a 99-yard touchdown drive, and it was very good passing. He's 8 for 11, 1 shot to the head. He's trying to clean up an 89-yard drive. You get St. Louis on the board again, trailing by 22. Flushed as Hillermeyer chases to the back for Torrey Holt. Hangs on that time for a Rams touchdown.
Charles Tillman was not looking. Torrey Holt was. As Bulger flushes out, Torrey Holt, they have worked together so many different times. If a defender isn't looking, Mark's going to cut it loose.
It's a good drive. It's 89 yards. Statistically, it looks real good, but they're out of the game. You know, I mean, it's not a good second half for the Rams at all, even with that drive.
Wilkins adds the extra points, 35-20. You go for 1 here, and if they score another touchdown, you go for 1 again. Only go for 2 when you really have to. Down 15. Holt's second touchdown after the drop a couple plays ago.
Coming up on SportsCenter, Alonzo Spellman was the Bears' first-round draft pick in 1992. How the defensive lineman, known for his towering strength, was brought to his knees by a rare mental disorder. His story after Monday Night Football.
Now that was a dinner party. I wish there was a way we could do those faster.
You know, I got an idea. Let's go crack open your computer and take out some of the high speed. Holy.
Put Luna on the guest list for your holiday party. Call today and get up to $500 off beautiful carpet, hardwood, or laminate. And when you buy 1 room, you get the second room free. Plus, Chicago's largest selection, Shaw Carpet and Hardwood, and guaranteed low prices. Call now and get 2 rooms for the price of 1. All backed by Luna's exclusive lifetime installation warranty. What your friends are saying is true. At Luna, we've got you covered.
773-202 Luna.
one great show. After another. After another. After another. Showtime on demand. Over 130 great shows, anytime, no charge per view, and free with your Showtime subscription. Get digital Showtime with Showtime on demand for $4.99 a month for 6 months.
Well, Mark Bolger and Torrey Holt. Second touchdown hookup, although it's a little bit empty for Torrey. He's had a couple of key drops tonight, still making a line in the Rams record book this evening. 35-20. Rams not out of it. Halfway through the fourth quarter here with a full complement of timeouts. And the hands team on for the Bears as they are anticipating an onside kick from St. Louis.
I would not kick it deep.
Great chance for field position. 10 Bears up close here. And they do kick it deep. Back to Devin Hester at the 5. Devin Hester with lanes thrown down because of the onside. Takes it 95 yards for his second kickoff return of the night. Touchdown! And an NFL record 6th return of the year. This one 96 yards, and he is unbelievable.
Wow. Every time we watch him, he's scoring.
Where do you kick it? On kickoffs, you have to kick it out of bounds and give it to him on the 40.
And what's so interesting here, you don't have the regular setup of blockers, the wall to form, the wedge to form in front. You had 10 guys, and this isn't your best blocking team on kick return. It's the hands team.
Maybe that's the way you do it, Mike, is don't set up wedges. And Lovey, he can't believe it. Are you kidding me? Oh, there he goes again. Unbelievable. Looking for flags. Holy mackerel. That's what he's got to be thinking.
You almost never see the hands team on the field and get a 96-yard kickoff return like that. Almost never.
Good call by you, Joe, saying I'd kick it deep right now. Good call because he just returned it 100 yards.
So there you go. That's the NFL record. 6 returns for touchdown this year. 2 kickoffs, 3 punts, a missed field goal, and the partridge in the pear tree.
That was the coolest one, the missed field goal, when he just stood there for 4 or 5 seconds and then took it back. This is 2 tonight.
Once he breaks through the first wave, it's all over.
Again, I know I said this earlier. I'll bring it up again. I know there are a lot of good rookies out there. Who's had more of an impact on the league this year than this guy?
No, you're right. I mean, it's like LaDainian Tomlinson, Drew Brees, both of them MVP candidates. You've got Colston, Reggie Bush, Devin Hester. I mean, lots of people make an impact in different ball clubs.
He's saved the Bears in games. He's the X factor for the Bears. He's scary every time he gets his hands on the ball. And do you penalize him? In other words, it's sort of like baseball where you say, I don't want to make it DH the MVP. Do you penalize the guy because he's essentially a returner, or do you say he's the rookie who's had the most impact?
You have to consider it. I think you definitely have to consider it.
With that kickoff return, he becomes the 6th man in the history of the National Football League to have 2 kickoff returns for touchdown in the same game. The last person to do it was Chad Morton of the Jets in 2002. He did that second one in overtime.
Mike, keep in mind, there's 7:22 to go. The Rams could score again and has another shot.
That's why you onside kick. You don't kick to him. And Willie Ponder with the return to the 27-yard line. After 2 13-second kickoff returns for touchdown by Hester. Torrey Holt, he's a man who's had his ups and downs here tonight. Yeah, Corey Chavis could sense that Torrey Holt needed a hug and a little bit of a pick-me-up after his struggles. That's so uncharacteristic to see him put the ball on the ground, even though he has 2 touchdowns.
He's one of the all-time greats. Not going to happen 4 times in a game.
Number 27, Bolger, down the middle for Kloppenstein, the tight end. It's incomplete. Just the perspective here. We talked about it in the first half with Torrey Holt. But all these kick returns by Hester back up the truck a little bit. The perspective. Most touchdowns, Rams quarterback receiver tandem, Roman Gabriel and the late Jack Snow. 37 times, of course, their success happening on the West Coast. Passed tonight by Mark Bulger and Torrey Holt as they hook up for their 38th touchdown. It happens on a night where much of Jack Snow's family is here as they honored the Rams great, 11 years playing for St. Louis. Was their radio commentator for several years and passed away last year after an illness far too soon. It really was just one more part of a devastating season for this franchise last year because he was beloved. And even though he played in L.A., he was so associated with the Rams.
Great Notre Damer.
He really was.
Great Domer.
So Torrey and Mark passed Roman Gabriel and Jack Snow in the record book, and Torrey has a multi-touchdown game. And now 10 scoring catches on the year. 3rd and 3. Bulger was getting hit, thus misses Steven Jackson. And 4th down will bring on, let's see, the punting unit. They're going to go for it.
He's going to go for it. Scott Linehan says, why not?
St. Louis, 4th and 3. Their own 34.
As opposed to kicking to Devin Hester.
Yeah, I mean,
better percentage
your
play.
Poison.
You're going to have a significant number of teams in the league not have 6 returns for touchdowns.
Well, you're also,
of all sorts, not
you
just
also
kicks.
have to figure out how you want to deal.
Bulger to Kevin Curtis, who got lit up and held on to the ball. Flag down. Chris Harris with a hit. Bears are surprised at the flag, but what a job by the 4th-year receiver out of Utah State to hold on.
Now, unless he hits him in the head. And there's the catch. Oh, he led with his helmet. Good call by the official. Good call. Helmet to helmet, leads with his head.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 46 for the defense. Helmet to helmet contact. 15 yards added to the end of the play. First down.
Jeff Triplett's crew has done an outstanding job officiating this game tonight. Man, they've made some tough calls, but they've been right on the money on a lot of them.
Isaac Bruce shaken up on that play. He limps off here for St. Louis. Flipped out to Klopfenstein, the tight end. He goes to the 24-yard line. That's their 2nd-round pick.
I'm already thinking ahead, Mike. Rams score. No, I'm thinking I'm going to squib it.
Gets the ball.
I'm going to squib it this time. I'm going to squib kick it this time. Well, you're at the point where you have to onside kick it now. So, of course, in hindsight, probably should have onside kicked the last one.
But I still can't believe with no wedge and the hands team on, he scored a touchdown on a kick return. Bulger's pass, I believe, hit the umpire. Yeah, hit the umpire. So often the offense uses the umpire as a screen. Third down coming up.
In the World Cup, this would have been a very good attempt on goal. Mark scrambling. Doink. Bounces it off the shoulder. Now keep in mind, if it's intercepted, it doesn't matter because the officials are considered neutral on the field.
Jim Quirk, the umpire on this Jeff Triplett crew. Coming up on the 44th pass attempt. Bulger hit by 4 guys, and then Lance Briggs hit Steven Jackson before the ball can get there. It was Brian Urlacher who told us yesterday that Lance Briggs is the most underrated defensive player in the league in his mind. Briggs, who has an opportunity to become a free agent, has turned down a very high contract offer from the Bears. There's a possibility Bears may franchise him to keep him next year.
Well, that's what's known as meeting at the quarterback. That's when you just sort of sit up and look at your offensive linemen. And none of them look at you. They don't turn around and look at you.
Listen to these Bears fans. The offside flag is thrown. Should give him a first down.
Should give him a first down. Yep. I'm already thinking ahead. I am.
To the kickoff?
Yeah.
Offside, unabated to the quarterback, number 97 of the defense.
I've never.
5-yard penalty will result in a first down.
The Rams played them even in the first half, and they've gotten steamrolled in the second half. And the Rams are going to go to 5-8 at this point, and they're a team. They're an old team. They got 11 guys 32 years and older, 16 guys 30 years and older. I think we're watching them sink to the second division of the NFL when just a few short years ago they were tremendously exciting, but they've not been competitive in the second half.
Their offensive and defensive lines certainly are going to need some work. I think the coaches are in place here. Jim Haslett's a heck of a defensive coordinator, could possibly be considered for a head coaching job. And then Ron Rivera, the defensive coordinator of the Chicago Bears, was in the running for the job here, except the Rams didn't want to wait until after January 15th and a playoff game, so they made the decision on Scott Linehan. So Ron Rivera, to me, should be the #1 candidate for a head coaching job next year.
Klopfenstein, the tight end. First down as he took a shot out at the 5.5-yard line. Yeah, Scott Linehan coming here from Miami, where he was the offensive coordinator for a year. After a couple of years with Minnesota, it's only Linehan's 4th year in the National Football League. A lot of his coaching coming in college. He learned under Dennis Erickson, and you saw Dennis Erickson is back in college football as a head coach at Arizona State. And I know a lot of Arizona State fans are excited about that.
With the weapons they have on offense, to bring an offensive coach in is good.
Jackson seeking the goal line, gets in. Rams touchdown.
Now the dilemma, going to have to kick off.
Onside kick.
Well, what if they put Hester up on the hands team?
He's closer.
That's what I'm saying.
Steven Jackson has caught 80 balls this year. That is his first touchdown reception. And for what it's worth, with running backs catching so many passes, he's now one ahead of Reggie Bush in receptions for running back, 42-27.
By the way, there's been a lot of scoring here. When was the last time the Bears' offense was actually on the field?
Didn't matter. Devin Hester's been on the field. That's the only thing that's mattered. This is the first touchdown. They wanted to kick and surround him. Well, it's fine. If you've got 8 guys and only 2 or 3 outside, and that's Demetrius Butler, number 23, who he goes around. You can't lose contain. Now, you've got all these Rams that are trying to corral him. He gets through the first line, and then Jeff Wilkins is not going to catch him. And it's a track meet.
And there you see the lengthy drives on top of those returns.
Well, you've got the problem. Now, as you're a team getting ready to play the Bears, what do you do? Think about offense. Think about defense. Well, they've got a big play with Bernard Berrien on offense. They've got medium great range possession with Muhsin Muhammad. They've got a defense, even without Tommy Harris, should get Nathan Vasher back next week or so. They're pretty solid. Then you have to deal with their special teams.
St. Louis has run the last 25 plays from scrimmage. 2 long drives for touchdowns, and then Hester. And then Chicago, they've just not been out there.
How about this? The first half, Rex Grossman left the field with 4 minutes to go in the first half. Didn't get back on until 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Okay, so let's see what onside kick the Rams have here. This is their 4th onside kick of the season. Did it once last week against Arizona. Getting the big bounce is Wilkins. It's up in the air and caught by the Bears. And Chicago will take over the 38-yard line. Muhsin Muhammad, as you can see and hear, goes up and gets it. Next Monday night, we're in a dome again in Indianapolis, Cincinnati, taking on the Colts. And now Marvin and Peyton and Reggie Wayne, they know that the offense is going quite well for Cincinnati. But can the Colts defense find something to pull it together and not allow Rudy Johnson to have a big night? Should be a lot of points on the board. See you 8:30 Eastern on ESPN HD.
That's a potential 80-point game.
I'd say probably 9-6.
No, it's not going to be 9-6. No, it's not.
It was 82 points last year, 45-37.
Late field goal
Neither team
overtime.
can stop anybody.
6-6 at the end of regulation, field goal in overtime.
You say that, Tony. I think one of the reasons Cincinnati's gotten back in it in the AFC
Defense
is their
lately.
defense.
Yeah.
First down, Benson. Will Witherspoon tackles him. A couple of yards there. Rams stop the clock with 4:32 to go. They have a couple more timeouts left. Well, here is that Indianapolis rush defense. The first 2 plays, back-to-back runs for a touchdown, and Maurice Jones-Drew had a couple of touchdowns in 166. Both Fred Taylor and Maurice Jones-Drew were over 100 yards. In total, the Jaguars gave up 375 rushing yards. And the Colts are giving up, guys, 176 a game, the most in the NFL since the Falcons in 1987. So, given that, do you think Indianapolis will be able to hold on to the number 2 seed? San Diego's already clinched the West.
Indianapolis has picked a terrible time of the season to be bad and getting worse. I think they've lost 3 of their last 4 games. This is a club that you said for a few years it's inevitable they'll win the Super Bowl. Peyton Manning will get them there. They're just falling now.
Their defense,
they're falling.
They just don't tackle on defense. I mean, they just don't tackle anybody.
They still have yet to clinch the AFC South. As the run by Cedric Benson.
You take a look at what...
We'll bring another timeout, Joe.
Mikey, you take a look at what Jacksonville did to him. I mean, Jacksonville is one of those teams that's getting better. David Garrard settling in at the quarterback position. We've talked about Cincinnati.
Getting better.
Getting better. Defensively getting better. You know what you have with Carson Palmer and the group of receivers. So, and Rudy Johnson. Like, to me, as I get ready and look at this game next week, I'm just sitting here saying, what will the Indianapolis Colts do defensively? They want to play that cover 2. They want to play the corners up, the safeties back. That means the 7 guys around the line of scrimmage have to stop runners, and they flat can't. They're going to have to change their
Tony Dungy went there, the assumption was he would make a great defensive team, and they had offense in place, and they've gotten worse lately. And meanwhile, San Diego, which we haven't mentioned, looks great.
Bears trying to join San Diego. Flag is down as the pass is caught by Desmond Clark. Tackle turned down. 2 flags down. Clark out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Interesting there with 4:16 up 15. The Bears choose to throw the ball.
A little play action. Just keep Rex hot. You know, let Rex get comfortable. I mean, this is part of this game as well.
The gain of 29
keep
at the stands.
Hot. You mean he sort of cooled down like a fighter sitting too long on the stool?
Remember, he sat a long time.
That's right. I have to get him out again.
If I'm Levy, I want to keep him hot.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Illegal blocking the back. Number 81 for the offense. That penalty will be declined. Illegal formation. Offense. 5 men in the backfield. That penalty will be accepted. 5 yards. Still 3rd down.
You guys were talking about Lovie Smith, the coach of the Bears, who makes his return here to St. Louis. He was the Rams defensive coordinator from 01 to 03. Lovie Smith is in the final year of his contract, and he is the lowest paid head coach in the National Football League, $1.3 million. Put all that into the equation. With that, he's become the first man since our colleague Mike Ditka to win back-to-back division titles for Chicago. And it's one of the issues hanging out there for the Bears as they go through this season. Adrian Peterson carries the 31-yard line. The question becomes, what are the Bears going to do? Are they going to extend Lovie Smith's contract, or is he going to get to the end of the season and then Lovie becomes a, quote, free agent? Well, he told me yesterday that he's been given the comfortable assurance that they are going to, as the Rams call a timeout, that they are going to take care of this situation, which you would think would mean offer Lovie a contract here down the line. One of the reasons he's the lowest paid is because the floor for a new head coach has gone up. Scott Linehan's making about $2 million a year. The new coaches are in that neighborhood. The median's around $4.5. Mike Holmgren, who had player responsibility as well, was up near $7 million. The hopes for Chicago from their end is that they'll take care of Lovie Smith. Jerry Angelo, the GM, inherited Lovie as his coach, and now will have to make that decision as they go forward. And keep this one thing in mind. The Bears, the last time around, extended their head coach's contract in that time period after the regular season and before their first playoff game when they had a bye. Wouldn't be surprised to see that happen in this situation as well.
If the Bears do not extend Lovie Smith, okay, he will be a free agent for 1 second.
Right.
Because he will be the most sought-after guy in the entire league. Look what he's done. He's sitting pretty right now.
Robbie Gould tries a career-long time 49-yard field goal wide right. So Gould, who had missed just 1 kick all year, a field goal at New England, which ironically was blocked by Richard Seymour after he made one, but there was a penalty to negate it. has missed 2 here tonight.
Lovie Smith's a defensive guy. He started here as a defensive guy. He also told us a few months back, I like seeing 40 points on the scoreboard. Just because I'm a defensive coach, don't think I don't like that. What does he have tonight? He's got 42 on the board. I mean, if they play well, if Chicago plays well and Rex Grossman plays well, they do appear to be the best team without question in the NFC. It's just, can the quarterback get it done?
Let me give you a hang on a second. 15-point game, 4:05 left, no timeouts. Rams certainly. Down Bolger to Holt. To the 42 if it stands. It's a gain of 19, but the Rams are guilty of holding.
7 minutes ago, I said they were out of the game, so I'm shutting my mouth
Number
about
72
this.
of the offense. 10-yard penalty. Deep first down.
Penalty on Adam Goldberg.
They're closer to being out than they are in. Let's put it that way.
Hey, Joe, Tony talked about the Rams being perhaps a team where the window is closing. As Scott Linehan talked about, we need to get to windows where we can compete once again. This is one of the hard things to inherit. A team that has been good, has the names that are still good, but is in transition.
They have the names at the skill positions. Where they have to get better is in the defensive lines and the offensive lines. That's where they have to improve. Their offensive line's fairly young. I mean, Adam Timmerman, who's playing the right guard position, is 12 years. Todd Stussy is at 13. Wouldn't expect either one of them to come back. Mark Setterstrom, who's their left guard. Incognito at center. One's a rookie, the other's in his second year. And Alex Barron is in his second year. They need some depth. Adam Goldberg, 4 years. They need some offensive line. But defensively is where their biggest problem is.
It's a tough year. They've beaten one team this year that currently has a winning record, Denver, which just barely at the moment has a winning record.
They have to go find some defensive line. That's a must.
They're probably looking the same place Indianapolis is looking and coming up empty.
Second down. Bolger's pass deflected. Oh, Devin Hester almost had an interception. He's had every other kind of return. There's a penalty marker down back by the offensive line. How about that if he would have had a 4th different type of return?
Go for that hat trick tonight. He could have gone for it.
I just get excited when he gets his hands on the ball.
Holding. Number 70 of the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
On Alex Barron.
And the Rams are just not good enough to overcome penalties. This one gets batted up in the air again by Alex Brown. And Hester, if he stays on his feet, he's got a shot at it. Darn. He is exciting.
And with Nathan Vasher out, it's been some more corner play tonight for him.
He played running back, fullback, wide receiver, corner. I mean, the guy's used to having the ball in his hands back in school. Yeah. So he's done it all that way.
Rams have been flagged 11 times tonight. Davis takes it to the 24-yard line as we approach the 3-minute mark.
Safe to say they're in 4-down territory.
It's a really big game for Chicago, don't you think?
Thanks, Mike. What do you think, Mike? Oh, yeah, it's a huge game for the Bears.
I mean, Lovie Smith put it on the line to Rex Grossman. We need better play out of you right now.
Yep.
And they've got 3 easy-looking games after this. This was going to be the hardest of their last 4, and they've come in here and done a great job.
2 of them at home.
Bolger, Holt. What a catch by Torrey Holt. First down across midfield. Well, he has a couple of drops, but still showing he can make the spectacular catch there.
That's the Torrey Holt we've all come to know. That's the one that's on the video.
Rams first down.
Pickup of 26.
That's great. That's great.
That falls in the great category. Wow.
Guys, if they hit 2 big passes, they're still in this game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you. Bolger, sacked. Drop back long enough, they're going to get you Mark Anderson, who had a penalty earlier. The rookie picks up his 9th sack. And going around Alex Barron, who has been flagged twice tonight.
This young man out of Alabama has really, really come on. They say he had great speed. You have to pay attention to him. And when I was talking to Ron Rivera, they didn't realize he was as good as he is. Boy, is he something.
Steven Jackson from out of the backfield, and this will take us to the 2-minute warning.
I better get this in before the 2-minute warning. My family will kill me my daughter's birthday today, so happy birthday to Elizabeth.
Happy birthday, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much.
All 75 people are dead.
The odds were against them.
It takes years to build a team. Maybe I can help.
No one wanted them to do it.
I don't feel like it's the right thing to do right now is step out on that field.
It's the only thing to do.
This holiday season,
See you on the field.
they will make you believe.
Rise from these ashes and grab glory.
We are Marshall. Rated PG. Sneak preview this Saturday. Starts December 22nd everywhere.
Strange going on. Over 1,000 people insist they've seen something in Loch Ness. And yet when science is applied, like this expedition here, what's going on? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Do you see that? There. Oh, my.
Finally, a vacation in the Alps.
Dad, we're not really in the Alps.
Well, my credit card miles expired, but a virtual trip is still fun, huh? Where's Mom?
Oh, Armando, teach me to dance. Oh.
Hey, that is my wife!
You should switch to Capital One. Get Capital One's no-hassle rewards with no miles expiration, no earn caps, and no blackout dates.
What's in your wallet?
Saturday Night Football heads to Atlanta. Tony Romo and the Red Hot Cowboys battle Michael Vick and the Falcons. Cowboys-Falcons, live on NFL Network.
Sports Center comes your way after the game. Full post-game reaction from here in St. Louis. The keys to the Saints and Chargers' success. Oh, of course, is Tony Romo regressing. Oh, my gosh. Scott Van Pelt and Neil Everett will have that coming up on Sports Center after the game. You see, lose one game, and they are bailing off the Tony Romo bandwagon right away. Flag down, Bulger. Ball out. It appears to be a fumble as Mark took a shot and is recovered by the Bears. Alex Brown, who deflected the pass earlier, knocked it out of Bulger's hands. We also have a penalty marker for the offside, so forget all that.
Defense, number 96. 5-yard penalty. It's still third down.
Terrific. 22 penalties tonight, 11 aside.
I like the notion that they'll talk about his Tony Romo regressing already. I do like that. He's the biggest story in the league. Everything he does is being followed as if he were both Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie combined.
He didn't play that bad. I mean, you know, Reggie Bush had a great. Drew Brees was sensational. Sensational. That's the only way to describe what he's been doing.
So we'll have 3rd and 11 here. Jackson the catch, the first down at the 36-yard line. Bulger is now thrown 50 times here tonight.
No takeaways tonight, right? By the Bears?
No.
And they make a living doing that,
the Bears
they've had none.
Of all the things that have happened in this game, the Bear defense has been the one that we've talked about the least.
It's a turnover-free game. Here's a little note on this game. As Mark Bulger's now throwing here on the night, plus 50 times, 51 now with 346 and 3 touchdowns. Tying his season high in touchdown strikes, 2 of them to Holt.
And again, that looks statistically, those are great numbers.
Yeah, statistically, you don't want to throw 51 times. That tells a story. That tells a story that you're not doing real well.
Great shots, guys. We got some tired puppies on the field. A lot of just sprint, back to the line, sprint. Bulger completes it to K.J. Harris, first year out of West Virginia, 2 years of junior college in Kansas. He was on Miami's practice squad, signed by the Rams on November 7th. They killed the clock here. So the Bears, guys, will have a game with 40 or more points, no sacks allowed, and no turnovers. This is the Bears' 1,191st game. There have only been 2 others where the Bears have had 40 points or more, no sacks, no turnovers. 89 against the Lions. They beat them 47-27. and 65 against San Francisco. They scored 61 points, and Gale Sayers had 6 touchdowns in that game that Bears fans from back then remember.
You just do that off the top of your head?
No, that's Steve Hurt.
Okay.
Who does so many great stats for
there's
us.
A turnover.
No, they forced turnover. I mean, them turning the ball over,
okay.
not at all. And there's the first turnover of the game as Charles Tillman comes up with the pick. The fact stands as stated, first down.
Mark Bulger has to try and force this thing in. Tillman jumps outside, never takes his eyes off of Mark Bulger, and then just goes up and snatches the ball away. A big corner, 6'1", 195 pounds, has a lot of range at that position.
Am I able to say it's over now?
Yeah,
yes, I'm looking for permission.
Both feet down in bounds. Okay. This game is over.
Okay.
And with the game being over, Chicago will clinch a first-round bye. I'm just going to look at this upstairs. Yeah. I'm going to take one more peek at it in replay to make sure he had both down. With a win, Chicago will clinch first-round bye, and they will clinch home field advantage with a win and a New Orleans loss or tie next week.
3 feet in. Has the ball. Okay. Right, left, right, out of bounds.
One more than the requisite amount of feet.
That is correct.
One more.
You know, guys, these new turfs with the crushed rubber at the bottom of them, they're a lot easier on the players. I think they've really helped make calls in replay and for officials to see live, because you see those little rubber pellets drawn up every time, and you can almost see a footprint left by Tillman's back heel as he came down. Not an intended help of the surface, but it does make a difference.
We were talking about Lance Briggs before, Mike, and Brian Urlacher said he would be willing to redo his contract.
The play, it is an interception. The player got possession of the ball, feet down inbounds, 1st and 10.
He said he'd be willing to redo his contract if it meant that Lance Briggs would be able to stay with this football team. And I agree with you. Probably wind up getting franchised next year. They really can't afford to lose a 25-year-old guy that they've invested so much time in teaching him to play the position. Because when you look at the concept of this defense, a middle linebacker that can get down the middle, a weak side linebacker that can run and pursue. He had 5 less tackles than Brian Urlacher in this game.
It's Urlacher. I'd be willing to redo my contract if I could have his contract.
Headline story tonight, Rex Grossman, who heard it from everyone all over, even from a friend of a friend of a friend of his wife's. All the advice on how to get through his slump. Well, tonight, Rex Grossman was solid, mistake-free. The Bears defense made big plays, and Devin Hester, 2 returns to touchdown, and they win by 2 touchdowns.
By the way, you've got to take that call from the friend of a friend of a friend of your wife. That's the one you've got to take.
The Bears scored touchdowns on 6 of their 7 possessions. Lovie Smith returns to St. Louis, where he was the defensive coordinator, and takes his Bears to a first-round bye. They join San Diego at 11-2. Best records in the National Football League. If the Bears win and New Orleans loses next week, the road to the Super Bowl from the NFC goes through Chicago. Final score, Bears 42, Rams 27. We see you next week for Cincinnati and Indianapolis. Now for Susie Kaufman, Michelle Tafoya, Joe Theismann, Tony Kornheiser.
Scott Van Pelt, underdogs in the NFL, very tough this week. They used to be lethal on Monday night.
Rams tough, Bears lethal, but did Chicago correct its quarterback questions in the process? For answers, we go back to St. Louis and Chris Berman.
All right, Neil, Scotty, the gateway to the West. Would it be the gateway to at least a bye in the first round of the playoffs? The Chicago Bears came to St. Louis determined to not look like so many of the other division leaders this weekend, as in struggling against a team that on paper could have trouble with them. The Edward Jones Dome here in St. Louis. We're back here on the field where the only people left are Bears fans, and you know, the drive's only about 3-4 hours. You can see some of the bowl was empty, but everybody with Bears shirts are left. And you can hear them behind us with Steve Young and Michael Irvin and Tom Jackson, Chris Mortensen. I mean, it's a pretty good rivalry when we come to Cubs and the Cardinals. They know this drive. They like what they saw.
Well, you don't think they were going to actually take the stadium over like that? It's embarrassing for the home team when they're louder than the home crowd. And they took over the stadium tonight.
Well, they had a lot to take. They had a lot of reasons to take over, like the kid returning kicks.
Devin Hester.
Yep. Like the kid at quarterback.
Rex Grossman.
Like the highlights we're about to see. If you're tuning late, where the heck were you? Here we go. Highlights. Monday Night Football, Week 14. as Rex Grossman, well, the fans have been calling for Brian Greasy. Lovey said maybe the leash should be different, but Rex, why don't you run it a little bit? And Rex on the second possession, he's got some pretty good wheels, Steve, 22 yards.
Well, I don't know if that's above average wheels. That looks like pretty average wheels, but it's nice to see him get out and being careful with the football. It was the most important thing he could do today.
Well, he's being tackled, and well, so maybe all the lessons weren't learned. That was incomplete. But later in the drive, and look, with all the pressure on him, he's going to be a little bit shaky, a little high to Bernard Berrien, but the Bears are forced to punt. Meanwhile, Mark Folger and the Rams going the other way. The drive started on their one oomph line, but here's a pass down the middle to Curtis.
Yeah, and that pass had beautiful touch. You know, throws one of the better balls in this league.
Folger to Torrey Holt, and it's a touchdown. And so here come the Rams. And Devin Hester forced to play a little corner with Basher out. And against Torrey Holt, it's going to be no match.
That's a tough job for any corner in this league.
Yes.
Let alone talk about he's working like Devin Hester.
But they missed the extra point, and Devin Hester, this is what he does best. He could go all the way. Devin Hester, 94 yards. Bears make the extra point, 7-6. So they get the lead, and Rex didn't have to do it. Here come the Rams. They played a good first half. Folger, Isaac Bruce, 20 yards, setting up a very tough customer, and that would be Steven Jackson. Bouncing outside, little stiff arm, guys.
Tommy.
Rams make the extra point, 13-7 St. Louis. Now Rex Grossman starts to feel it. Bernard Berrien, and he's got wheels, and he's gone. 34 yards, 14-13 Chicago.
I felt like that's where he kind of broke open. He was nervous. He was high on a lot of throws. His feet weren't just getting set. And I think this pass right there in the touchdown kind of broke the logjam for Rex throughout the game.
Good support there from Brian Greasy. It's a fumble. Ball loose. Rams have it, but they review the play, and they say the arm going forward, which is what he was calling.
I think they got the call wrong there. I thought that was a big play in the game. I thought they got the call wrong.
Scott Linehan certainly felt that they got the call wrong. But 14-13 Bears at the half now. Bears on their own 8. So here, Grossman, you're looking for him to self-destruct. Wrong. Muhsin Muhammad for 15 yards. Then Muhammad becomes a mountain. 21 yards. Rex starting to feel it. And Thomas Jones ran hard tonight, guys, didn't he?
Yes, he did run hard, Boom. And then when he finished, when he beat him up a little bit, and they brought in to beat him up a little bit, they both ran well tonight.
24-yard gain. Olin Kreutz, he's been in many a Pro Bowl as the center. Look at him move.
The big push.
And Jones, gone. How about that shoulder at the 2-yard line? 21-13, the Bears. Next drive. Always liked this kid in 1AA. Adrian Peterson. He's got some wheels.
Georgia Southern.
32 yards. And then 3rd and 5. Grossman. Forget the 5. How about 7? Nice. This was when you knew he was on, Steve. Beautiful pass for a touchdown to Muhammad.
And, you know, Moose is the kind of kid that you've got to get the ball to a number of times in a football game like that. And he's been missing him the last few weeks. And you saw Moose get very upset a couple weeks ago and last week. That's nice to see them connect.
35-20. He's done it once, not going to happen. Oh, yes, it is. Gone. Devin Hester could go all the way. The crowd helped it. Hester with a record 6 returns. Lovie Smith says he breaks the mark of 5 returns in a season by Hall of Famer Ken Houston, one of the greats, one of just a few to return 2 kicks for touchdowns in one game. The Bears beat the Rams 42-27 on the road. Rex Grossman, 13 of 23 for 200, 2 touchdowns, no picks, and 1 interview with Michelle Tafoya.
Well, no quarterback, maybe no player in the NFL was under as much pressure this week, maybe all season, as Rex Grossman. Your head coach, Lovie Smith, said, we need better play from you right now. Why were you able to respond tonight?
You know, I just played, you know, poised and just try to take what they give me and
you know, the teammates around me just are really the guys that made things happen for me. They got open, pass protected well, and defense put us in good situations, and you know, it was just a fun game.
You had said coming in, I'm excited to relax. I want to think less, analyze less, enjoy more. What was your mindset like from the outset of this game?
Really, you know, I just wanted to execute efficiently, and you know, that's what I did. Took what they give me. You know, if they were in two-man, you know, may take off and run it every once in a while. So that's what I was able to do, and I was able to calm down early and see the field and just distribute the ball by, you know, just taking what they gave me.
There was a point when your team was absolutely thrilled when you carried the ball for 22 yards in the first quarter. What was going through your mind during that run?
Well, I was thinking someone was bound to catch me sooner or later, so I just dove and got down. But you know, it was a route where nothing was open, and it gave me a chance to run the ball. And you know, haven't done that a lot this year, but you know, it worked at that point.
And in the third quarter, a touchdown throw to Muhsin Muhammad, someone who's been trying to help you through this slump. You were pretty excited. What did that one mean to you?
Well, it meant more points on the board, most importantly. But at that point, you know, it was 3 straight touchdowns or something like that, and you know, it just really felt good to have a good offensive game.
Congratulations, Rex.
Thank you. Hold on. Well, Rex couldn't have been afraid that the Bears fans were going to throw something at him, right? He's a good-looking guy. Take the helmet off. Why not? Because what a difference a week makes. Last week against the Vikings, oh boy, in a 10-point win. This week against the Rams, there you go. 200 yards, 2 TDs, no interceptions. So obviously we begin the story of the night with Rex Grossman, and these fans were here. And I got to tell you, I heard a couple greasies out of the stands, but calm down, Bears fans, will you? Rex is on his way back, and to me, Tom, and we can elaborate on it, I can't believe they forced him, or he forced him, to look over the cliff before he started to come back. I can't believe it got to that point.
Well, you know, I think it's a combination of a couple of things. You know, you've heard Steve talk about the fact that he had to fix some of this himself. But I've also commented that the coaches had to help him out a little bit. And I thought at the beginning of the game, you saw quite a bit of that. You saw a lot of the slants. You saw him pull the ball down by his own admittance. Nothing was open. I had to take the opportunity to make something happen with my legs. We've seen him try to force the ball down the field. You see him here getting rid of the ball on time, ball thrown to the outside, the outs, the quick slant right here. These throws, I'm not saying that I could make them, but I think for a professional quarterback, they're fairly easy throws. So Rex Grossman benefited from game plan. I think he benefited from his own mentality, and he benefited from the 172 yards rushing that the Bears got, which gave them a lot of balance. That helps make a quarterback comfortable.
Well, the Rams are a good remedy, though, too. And this team is 1-7 in their last 8 games, and they have not stopped the run. So this was almost the perfect opponent for the Bears for Rex Grossman.
And they were smart to get him confidence earlier with those slants. And the receivers help. Let me throw you a slant, and you go get another 60, 70 yards, so I get all 80 yards as the quarterback. That makes it
all about the receiver.
Let's go to our quarterback here, though. You took a close look at Rex. What did you see tonight that was different? What did you see tonight that he still needs a lot of work on?
On the upside, I really like Rex, how he handled the whole thing. I mean, he never got down on himself. He said, look, I've messed up. I've been pretty bad, and I'm going to go fix it. And he went ahead and did that tonight. I applaud that. And also his swashbuckling self. I like the guy that's going to go out and play some football, throw the ball around, and find ways to be more careful. I like that as well. But I am concerned continuously about his accuracy. You saw this today. Watch his footwork. When he sets his feet and gets a chance to deliver the football, he's pretty accurate. And I think that was very positive for him tonight. Here's another great throw. All left side, right side, and now back to left side. Great throw to Musi. We talked about that earlier. But it's the command of the offense. I think that he's coming, his second year starting. That's going to come, but I still think that he gets overrun by the complexity of the NFL right now, like most young quarterbacks. That's going to cause him some problems. The accuracy is going to be a problem going on until he gets more time to play. And also, more than anything, at 6'1", I was 6'1" as well. I don't think that he plays as some guys play taller. The Drew Brees looks like he's 6'3", but he's only 6'1". he actually plays a little shorter how he delivers the football. That's why a lot of balls get tipped and batted down. He needs to really work at finding those passing lanes to keep those balls being tipped, because he delivers that football pretty low, and that was the most surprising thing today. But I think there were some up things today and some down things for Rex, and that's typical for a second-year player.
How tall are you now?
6'4".
Yeah, he used to be 6. Well, here's the one thing about the Bears. They want Rex Grossman to be their quarterback. But there was a lot of pressure on Grossman coming into this game. No, Lovie Smith didn't have to say anything publicly. Rex Grossman saw for his own eyes that Brian Greasy was getting 50% of the snaps near the end of the week. So he knew they were ready to make a move if he had stunk it up tonight, and he didn't.
Well, you know what, Tommy, and we've talked about it before, the game plan, whether it was there before and it didn't get who knows. But the game plan in it tonight was one that Tom elaborated on. And now, look, I hate to say, okay, here's the schedule, but versus Bucks, at Lions, versus Packers. You could go out and start throwing deep again and probably complete on them, or you use those teams, and I'm not saying that's a walkover to win all the games necessarily, but now you get a playoff game plan, and boy, it ought to work pretty well with the short, with the intermediate, with the running. You should work well against these teams, and now you're in a playoff mentality. It's a perfect setup. My other thought on Rex and the Bears is that they've waited 3 years for him to be healthy for 1 year.
Yes.
So we're going to turn our back on him now. That's why the greasy talk didn't work.
I don't think that's why. I don't think the coach is going to turn his back on him, but I do believe that he needs to play solid football. He doesn't have to be great, because this team with that special teams and this defense, you're going to steal away. You're going to lose a Super Bowl if you don't be more careful. He's more careful tonight. I want to see that for the next month before going into January. He does not need to win games for this team. He needs to keep from losing games for this team.
Rex is a young quarterback, and there's a lot being thrown at Rex right now. And I think, Coach, you're right, absolutely right. What Coach said is, listen, I don't have to say anything, but you see Greasy taking snaps. You get your head back where it needs to be, and that's on this football field. And as long as Steve opens us up to a little bit of a bigger picture, yes, outstanding special teams with Devin Hester, but the defense without Tommy Harris, without Mike Brown, is not quite the same defense, so he will have to play a little bit better.
He is going to have to play better in January.
Rams had a 99 2/3 yard drive for a touchdown. Well, let's hope it was for a touchdown. Now, you talk special teams. You know, the defense was not headline. Rex was headline, but headline B, Devin Hester. When you return 2 kicks for touchdowns, 6 in a season, we got 3 games to go. I don't, you know, when they, in hockey, when they call the first star and you skate out, Devin Hester, la première étoile, is with Susan Colby.
Devin Hester, an NFL record, 6 returns for touchdowns. In your rookie season, what did you hope to accomplish?
Just the thing that's happening now. First of all, I want to give thanks to God and my fellow teammates for them, the guys that's out here, that's landing on the line day in and day out, that y'all really don't know about. Them the guys that put in all the work. So I kind of want to give thanks to them too, and my mom for all the support she's doing for me.
What does it look like to you when you see all that open space in front of you?
Like the gates of heaven, just opening up for me. Like again, I say my teammates, them the guys that open up everything. You know, if it weren't for them, then I wouldn't be in the spotlight where I'm at today.
How would you describe what it feels like to break those?
It's a great feeling. I mean, in a tough situation like that, we knew the Rams were going to come out and play a good game, and we're just looking for big plays and little nicks in there for us trying to come out on top. And so having the special team stepped up this week and performed like we were supposed to and came out to victory.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
You know, it occurs to me that when you're returning kicks for the Bears, I know he does punts and everything else, return kicks for the Bears, theoretically, you're returning less than most because they don't allow that much. So you pass Kenny Houston, who, by the way, is in the Hall of Fame. 6 returns on a year, 2 kickoffs tonight, the 3 punt returns. That you get to do a lot with the Bears. And that missed field goal against the Giants. So, Mike, where did Devin Hester go to school again?
At the U.
Oh, that's right. And you were up and jumping. As soon as he got to like the 25 and made one move on each of the returns, you were jumping.
I knew he was gone, and I'm going to tell you something, because I watched Devin Hester his last year at Miami, and he had a year where it was a lot of injuries, and he came into this season looking to have this type of season, so you're always happy to see him. But he is one of those special guys that every time you see that hole opens up, he will hit it. And Tom, you and I talked about this during the game.
the great return men, they don't do a lot of jumping around in the hole. They hit it and they go, and that's exactly what he does. You see him right here. Watch. As soon as he see a hole, boop, he hits it, and it's over. Everybody can stop running right there because you cannot run it down. 27. Come on, man. Stop looking bad like that. Just stop. Just stop it right there. You're not going to catch
out, Mike.
When I tell you this boy is fast, I'm telling you, he is very fast.
And something problematic for me as I watch the Rams is, you know, they got the score to 35-20, and, you know, the good hands team comes in for the Bears, and then you get a kickoff deep to Hester, who's already run one back on you, and the good hands team. Doesn't often happen. The good hands team brings a kick back on.
That might be the first. We ought to check that because I don't know if that's ever happened before. You
the good hands team
and you return 100 yards.
Touchdown.
Unbelievable.
It's odd.
Well, Rams
You're right.
put up very little fight.
The Bears done with Jerry Angelo, the general manager. He helped build those Buccaneers team for Tony Dungy. He was the personnel guy there with the Buccaneers. Is he, like the Patriots, he understands you build a 53-man roster. It's no mistake that Bears have a great special teams. Take Devin Hester in the 4th round. Oh, really? Oh, guess what? He's a difference.
Well, you know, and tonight, oddly enough, was the night their field goal kicker, Robbie Gould, missed a couple of kicks. Maynard's had better days. So usually they are across the board on special teams, better than most every team they play, and they don't lose anywhere there. Defense, Tommy pointed out, not their best night, not a 99-yard drive, but, you know, they certainly are to be reckoned with.
Right.
And if the offense now is back to the middle.
Yeah, but let's be pretty darn good about this. So you look around the NFC, the Bears looked like the class of the NFC a few weeks ago. I think they've come back to the pack. The Saints have moved forward.
Here it is.
Cowboys have moved forward. and the Seahawks are hanging around.
Let's look
I think more than anything, the NFC has gotten more interesting across the board, and the Bears are not necessarily as dominant as I thought they were a month ago. And seeing him tonight, there's nothing that really changes my mind about that.
Well, I thought that we've anointed quite a few teams in the NFC as the season has gone on. You know, Mike and I were talking during the course of the game, and, you know, early on in the season, it was one team, the Bears, and then it was the Giants. We watched them doing the Cowboys, and then the Cowboys turned the reins over to Romo, and it was the Cowboys. Then we watched the Saints do what they did last night, and now the Bears are back. So, you know, as Steve often says, it's the NFC. Just wait around.
You know what? As soon as we anoint a team, they annoy us. That's what happens. But now we just saw this. And by the way, one of these wild card teams, not both, but one of them will come in hot and a pretty good team, whoever that is. But let's take a look again. Let's just throw around the NFC here. Let me give a Bears comment to you Chicago fans out there. So I think I got to know them a little bit better today. I had lunch with the broadcasters and Tom Thayer, etc. Jeff Joniak. Here's what I think. The Bears have not won a playoff game in a while. All right? The Urlachers, they've lost 2 playoff games at home. To Philly a few years ago, and of course last year to Carolina. I view them as like Seattle last year. The Seahawks hadn't won a playoff game in a long time. They struggled to win that first home game against Washington. Then they rolled in the second one. The Bears, if they can get the first one, then they might get rolling. That's just a thought on them.
And you get into January, you get that weather in Chicago, but that's why I think the Bears better hope it's not the New York Giants. Because with Brandon Jacobs and Tiki Barber, and they get Luke Pettigrew back on that offensive line, I think a team like the Giants go into Chicago, they can win in that cold weather. But there's not a lot of teams that can really run the ball consistently in the NFC.
Think about the Saints coming out of their dome and having to come to Chicago to win a playoff football game.
You know, I go to the Cowboys, and the biggest plus for the Cowboys, truly, it has been Tony Romo and his ability to find everybody on that football team. But then again, that would be the biggest minus, especially going into a playoff, because he has absolutely no playoff experience.
Saints, you like what you saw?
I do like the Saints because I think that they are bulletproof on offense. They've proven that they can go on the road outside the dome. That's the case, and that hasn't always been the case for the Saints for a long, long time. But Drew Brees is, I don't want to overstate it because he had a great game yesterday, but the truth is I think he's taken himself, his game, ahead of the rest of the league. I think he's with Tom Brady and Peyton Manning now. He understands the game. He's ahead of the game. There's a lot of games that are got players that are with the game in the middle of it, and the guys behind it. But he's actually ahead of it now, and I think that proves well for January. The Saints will be scoring points in January regardless of where they are, and then it becomes, can the Saints slow people down? They're 24th in rush defense. They're minus 16 in the turnovers. They don't turn the ball over more. That could hurt them in January, but the bulletproof offense for the Saints.
Well, the big story tonight, though, The Chicago Bears, by winning 42-27, remain on the inside track for the #1 seed in the NFC. They've got a couple games to go to sew it up, but on a night that Rex Grossman responded and Devin Hester responded, the Bears win it, and they roll out of St. Louis through the arch, happy. The Hill and Sky Sports Center.
Much more from St. Louis coming up inside Sports Center. Devin Hester gives St. Louis the blues, but was he the key to victory? Two of this season's most surprising teams are now the teams to beat. How the Chargers and Saints got so good so fast, and there's so many similarities. Plus, the NBA gets a grip, why the new ball will soon take its last bounce, and will the Suns continue their magic against the Magic?
Got it. The Beats had some cataracts. The sheep don't like it. Lock the cash box. Is he saying stop the cat box? Stop the cat box.
You don't have to understand your music to understand how to get it all from your PC to your phone. Only Singular lets you take ripped, purchased, and even subscription music on the new Singular Sync. Only $49.99.
Stop the cat box.
Singular, raising the bar.
SAP software can grow as the company grows? That's great, because we are definitely going global. Just as soon as we go national.
Where do you go for tools? How about under the tree? Check out the Craftsman Locking Flex Ratcheting Wrench Set. Yep, it's a mouthful. But for fast work in tight spots, nothing's better. If you want it, ask for it. Craftsman at Sears.
Sports Center, brought to you by Singular, raising the bar, and GMC, engineered to the highest standard, professional grade.